And yes, if they had the points between themselves and Man United and Liverpool, as well as Chelsea, they are giving up those points now. And there are more questions about Villa and what the season holds for them. 2-0 they lost. And Unai just couldn't even stay to have anything to say. Didn't stay to shake the hands of the referee. United wins tomorrow. United goes third. Chelsea will still have to hope that Villa doesn't win another game again, or maybe they will now win their fixture against Aston Villa and expect to go ahead. That is if they win tomorrow. Yes, assuming they win tomorrow, they still have to beat Villa in order to go ahead of Villa. But all of a sudden, all that they've worked for, Joseph, before their very eyes, looks like it is crashing down on them, and people raise questions about again. Once you are doing 6 losses, 7 losses in a season, you definitely are not in the title race.
Yeah, 100%. And to be honest, I'm not sure they probably thought they would be where they are now. Yeah, they talk about when you start going, you have to be ambitious and but they're also given the level of recruitment and investment they placed in the squad. Nobody would have believed they will eventually somehow be close to a team like Arsenal at some point, and you'll be feeling that maybe there's hope alive somewhere. But are they still overachieving? I think it is relatively positive. I mean, yes, to say they are, but now I think it's a different kind of dynamics. To say Champions League plays, given how the rest of the teams have basically performed. They started the season poorly, and going through the middle, they started to do well. They kept on winning, and they felt as if this is a genuine contender. You could tell this is where this team could be in terms of Champions League places and where they finish at the end of the season. But I think at this point in time, you also look at the performance of the likes of Manchester United, who are just a few. In fact, Man United basically win tomorrow, and it's them dropping for the first time in a really long time this season. Down to 4th, and they have Chelsea and of course Liverpool in there behind as well. So I think to have done all of those things is also signals that even when they were doing well and the rest of the teams, particularly Manchester United, were poor, it was just about stability. And when Man United started to do well now, they started to close the gap. I wouldn't actually think Manchester United, say a few weeks ago, even months ago, would somehow come to touching distance with Aston Villa now. But again, when you are looking at the way they are losing games, you might want to give teams like Manchester United or even Chelsea a chance at even going ahead of them. And if care is not taken, looking at how they've played, I don't want to put it down to fatigue or even just the run up of games they've had to play. I think somehow one can't explain it. They're the biggest players so far this season, likes of Morgan Rogers. Maybe not particularly the finished article in terms of consistency, but you could measure that when these guys are showing up is when Aston Villa come out good. Just as you have Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins, yes, by people's standard, is not having a very good season, but you look at how it's come through clutch moments for Aston Villa this season. It's impressive. But then when you're having 2-3 inconsistent big players in the team, I think it's really. I don't think it's far-fetched to see how well they perform at the end of the season. And I think when they need them the most now, it's just not happening. And I see it's just as the players are not leveling up. I think when they level up, I don't think this will be a conversation. But the truth is, some of these players are not doing exactly what they used to do at the middle point of the season. So let's see. Maybe in the next few games, I think maybe they should. I'm going to pull up the next. Aston Villa's next few games
fixtures. Yeah.
Yes, and see if there's a possibility. But again, this is the kind of thing you don't, fear.
Underestimate.
Yes, when they play against the likes of Manchester City, you expect them to give them a good game.
That should be their last game of the season against City.
Yes, I'm just saying, going by, how they play. Sometimes it's not just about, the way they perform, but, the results themselves. Sometimes they play really well and, sometimes, luck runs against them. But the truth is, when they play, you could tell, okay, they are actually threatening. But at the end of the day, they need to get the results right. And I'm sure Unai Emery would want to, as much as possible, get this patch out of the way and, continue and come back to their winning ways. But let's see how it goes for them in the next 3 or 4 games. I'm predicting that if they are able to get, say, 3 out of their last 5, I think they should come back to stability.
Okay. If they get 3 out of their next 5 games, maybe, of course, things would turn the corner for them. We'll see what could possibly happen as far as this one is concerned. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. They are placed in the top of the table finish, maybe not top of the table, but European places. Yes, a top 5 finish, a Champions League sports finish. Is it looking further bleak now? Yes, it is looking bleak with a resurgence from Man United and the likes. Do you still see Aston Villa finishing in the top 5 this season? Would it be possible for them to finish in the top 5 this season, or you think at this point things will look really, really difficult for them to finish in the top 5? These are some of the games you'd expect them to win. I mean, away to United, away to they host Chelsea first, and then they go away to United. In between those 2 games, there's also the Europa League game against Lille, which they will go away first, of course, before. It leaves a lot of questions to be answered as far as this season is concerned. They will probably have to dig themselves out of that place, and let's see how it goes. 090-41,889, 090-44,889, the numbers to call. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is Andrew.
This is who?
Yeah, for me, that's Andrew.
Okay. Go
Can
on.
you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Okay, me personally, I don't think they'll make it because these next 2 matches, definitely they can't get anything out of it. If they can get it point, and which I don't think they can even see a point, get 2 points from the 2 matches, which is Chelsea and United. And from that, they still have the likes of, I don't know, maybe Liverpool and all that to get it. But I don't think, initially I said those guys will not sit on 4. It's looking like it. So because United will take that third, Chelsea will take the 4th, Liverpool is taking 5th. So I think they should try some other time. They are still upcoming. So that's the contribution. Thank you.
Okay. Well, they played in Champions League last season, and I guess they're trying to work their way back into that place as much as possible. Yeah, they really fall short now. If you won 3 out of your last 10, it is a concern. Yes, because there was a time you went like 11 straight wins. Yes, you went 11 straight wins, and there was no stopping Aston Villa. They were the informed team at that time. But right now, problems a little. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, AJ.
Good afternoon.
Happy weekend.
Wishing you the same.
In advance.
Umbrella. Thank you.
No other person than Nonsopogba from here, local government. Of United.
Okay.
Aston Villa will finish top 5. They will be in top 5 because if Arsenal carry league, Man U will become second. Man City third. Then Chelsea fourth. Aston Villa 5th. I believe that either they finish 4th or they finish 5th. These 2 numbers, Aston Villa will have it. Now they are making Champions League of 5th now. I believe that Aston Villa will survive on top 5th or top 4 to go Champions League. My match against Crystal Palace tomorrow, up United, no man you know football. We are the king of England. No man you know football, no England.
Well done, well done. You've veered off our topic. Please always resist the temptation to go outside of what we are discussing. Please, it's fine. It's a good thing that fans can find their voices, and I always like it for you to find your voice again, because under Amorim, it was dark. Hello, good evening. Good afternoon, sorry.
The president.
Good afternoon. Emeka, how are you today?
President, see, say if you watch Aston Villa, they are still this small team, understand? This position of Aston Villa, I think Sunderland still get that position, because the time when league starts, Sunderland just a try, maybe whether they will make that top 4 or maybe they go Europa. But Sunderland come 4, and Aston Villa come pick up. But I don't see them reach top 4, I don't see them making Champions League. But actually, they will go Europe, either Europa or Conference. But if you watch now, and if they lose now, their morale doesn't come down. And our front. Like yesterday, now they see where people move, where they say they down. And after that, they go to two. So
now Wolves stay out. Now Wolves stay out.
Yeah, and I think they lose that morale. But they see they lose or draw. I'm not sure they will make that top 4 again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Emeka, for that one. Wolves were the team at home, not Aston Villa. Aston Villa, I think they started having these problems again when in 2 Premier League matches in between FA Cup games, they lost at home. And it was Everton 1-0, and then it was Brentford 1-0 again at the Villa Park. Yes. Back-to-back losses at home in a place where they've had strong performances this season, and there were questions around how Unai was going to respond to the situation, how he was going to arrest it. Well, they've also had their fair share of injuries, and I think in January, Tielemans suffered an injury. Before him was Kamara, and all of these. John McGinn got injured somewhere along the line. Again, I think Watkins showed these signs last season and was seeing it again this season. And I think for a footballer, once you've seen this sign one season, even if it is halfway through that season, and you've seen it the second season, make up your mind that it's never going to come. Your brother is going to be 30 soon. You probably should be thinking of big money comes, let him go. Or, decent fee comes, let him go. Because at 30, I mean, if you're not Ronaldo, who's going to put in big fee for you? So I honestly think that, except you want to get another guy to lead the attack, and then Watkins becomes the guy who comes off the bench to decide games in clutch moments, and then get things working for the side. But as it stands, I'm really worried for Unai and his guys. I've heard analysis like, oh, typical Unai, they start so well and then it gets to a point you can't explain what is happening to his team. While I agree that is something that has happened a couple of times, I do not want to rule out the fact that it is sometimes something that has to do with what you cannot dig out of the team. Again, I think a blip is, I'd rather have in a stretch of 6 matches, I'd rather have 2 losses and 4 wins, or 3 losses and 3 wins. Yes, 3 losses and 3 wins, than have 6 draws and tell myself that at least I didn't lose a game. No, let me lose 3 and win 3, 9 points. Not losing out of 6 matches only gives me 6 points. What's the use? It will only be that, people will try to analyze it that at least you're not losing matches, you don't know what it feels like to lose. No, but you're not getting the points either. So 1 point in 6, 1 point is per match, and then you get 6 points at the end of the day out of 6 matches. I'd rather lose 3. Maybe win all home matches and then lose all away matches, and people will say, okay, maybe he's made the home a bit of a fortress. Whatever you do in the course of the season, there is a way to explain it, whether it is by you or by those who are following the game. And I just think that all the while you had the likes of John McGinn, Morgan Rogers bailing them out, that because it is not primarily their job, not because they are not footballers, it was going to take its toll. If it's a case of a striker consistently scoring goals and bailing out a team, or central attacking midfielders doing all that on a consistent basis, you can say, okay, this looks good, and maybe if he's able to sustain the form for a period of time, that could be a huge advantage. I mean, that conversation could go to the English guys now. You look at Harry Kane and say, okay, this one is delivering anytime, any day. But for the guys who have been mentioned to play in number 10 position behind him, heading into the World Cup, Morgan Rogers is a bit of a dip in form now. Jude Bellingham have not started the season so well from a surgery that led to missing the start of the season, to coming back and suffering hamstrings and niggles here and there. He's not had it so great. Cole Palmer is also, top player, but he's not been at his best physically. So yeah, these are concerns that you look at and say, okay, these things are not working. But I feel sorry for Unai because he's a coach I like. He tries to find solutions to some of these problems. But looking at that game yesterday, I just think that there was an unusual hunger in the Wolverhampton Wanderers side. They probably would have said to themselves, we're going to get relegated at the end of the day. But we cannot die like lambs. Let's put in a fight till the very end and make sure that in this season, when nobody gave us a chance, even if we go down, we'll take part in taking points off the guys who are going for it. I mean, they took 2 points off Arsenal at the death of that game. And they did the same to Aston Villa, more than that, to Aston Villa last night, taking the whole 3 points in that game. And at some point, Villa had to commit all the guys forward, and they were caught on the counter, and that was what led to the second goal at the death of the game, and it was just game over. Yeah, so looking at it now, one cannot particularly say pressure is... Could it be that because nobody gave them a chance, they flew under the radar to where they are, and then expectations started rising, and now they can't cope? Joseph? Nobody gave them a chance. Nobody talked about Aston Villa at the start of the season. We mentioned the regular guys who we say, the Uniteds, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, the Cities, the Liverpools. These were the guys that dominated the conversation in terms of who's going to win the title, who's going to compete for it. Nobody gave Villa a chance. Started poorly, and people said, okay, that's what you expect of an Aston Villa side, who the recruitment has not particularly been fantastic. But at some point also, we started seeing that these guys picked up, and maybe because we didn't give them a chance, conversations around there in the title race, did they cave under such conversations?
I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I mean, yes, they were having it good. I mean, we are looking at it from when the season started. Yeah, I'll take it from when the season started. It went a total run of what? 1, 2. I'm looking at 6 games now. Yes, 6 games without a single win into the season, inclusive of one Carabao Cup. Yes, yeah. That was against Brentford. They lost on penalties. And after the 6th game, they drew against Sunderland, and that was like, okay. From then on in, they scored. I mean, they won. I think another 5. They won straight 5 games. They lost to Go Ahead Eagles in League phase of Europa League, and then they won again against Man City. They lost to Liverpool, and from there
in the league they kept going.
They kept going 100%. And I think the other blip came from Everton just a few games ago. Okay, Arsenal.
Yeah, the 4-1 loss.
Yeah, 4-1 loss.
In the reverse fixture.
So I think it's again. I think it's just I want to put it past the regular form of not even just to say Aston Villa, but a regular team in England. I mean, this is the first time this season that they are going. This is 6 games with only 1 win so far. This is the first time. And you look at, that game against Wolves, that loss against Wolves was not expected. Also that game against Leeds, but you know for sure that Leeds United can be really, sometimes really crazy to play against. And then you have Newcastle United. So I think personally, what I think is, I don't want to feel, okay, maybe it's just because they are really excited about where they are. I mean, nobody gave them a chance, as you said. Nobody gave them a chance, and going by their recruitment and, what they've invested into the team, you don't expect them to also go too far. But you've got a fantastic manager, by the way, who makes, good use of whatever he has. And somehow he's made it, look a really good project, Aston Villa. But you also look at, where they want to be. I think they are probably content with what they have. And, I would not also fault that, because, I mean, this is, even if the fans would not have expected that they'll be this good. I mean, sometimes you also have, to touch with reality. You have to understand, okay, the quality of what you have. This side got rid of John Duran, just about a season and a half ago. John Duran was supposed to be the next guy for after Oli Watkins, but somehow they were not able to, replace John Duran with another, maybe not proven, but somebody who would, be able to take over the reins from Oli Watkins. Oli Watkins remains the guy who continues to, not even just about dominate, but the only reliable guy. So in terms of reliability, what did they have off the bench? Basically nothing. At one point, even the attackers kept on reducing. Leon Bailey, Ebi Buendia. Some of these guys are not, those who would think, okay, they've got Jadon Sancho for crying out loud. None of these guys you can particularly say, okay, they will give you a good run. At any point during the season, you'll probably expect maybe 7 goals max from a guy like Leon Bailey. He's not hit double figures before. What's his name now? Ebi Buendia as well. He's either injured or not just playing well or something. Yeah, he has sometimes I think about a few months ago, he had about 3 goals on the bounce, 3 back-to-back games. And that's about it in terms of what to expect from the players themselves. So it now comes down to when the likes of Morgan Rogers do not show up. You particularly see that, okay, there's nothing you can expect from anybody. In terms of reliability, you have only John McGinn. But John McGinn is never going to get you the goals all the time. Martin Cash should always remain reliable on his own flank, but he will not always supply the assist and the goals. So I think the more they are short-handed in front of goal. When John Duran came in, he came with a banger and everybody thought, okay, yes, his combination with Oli Watkins will be really good. But again, I think people look at Unai Emery and maybe misjudge him based on the success he's had, particularly with Aston Villa. I think he has been successful so far. But
Champions League quarterfinal last season,
and he's probably going to make it in the Champions League again. But on the context of what you're talking about, I think it's both for the board, the backroom, to actually support it if you want to take it a step higher. Aston Villa were practically chasing relegation and leaving it behind, coming close, stay away the season before it came in. And now it's coming, it's had this success. I think it's just normal that you reinvest and basically upgrade the team. But they've not been able to do that. So I would not expect so much. In fact, they've got their biggest competitors to come. Chelsea, Man United. And maybe you not expect them to beat Man United, but this game is at Old Trafford. But they play at the Villa Park against Chelsea. They've got a really good chance. And in fact, I think I'm probably going to bank on them to beat Chelsea. But immediately after that, they've got strugglers in West Ham, Nottingham Forest, then probably Sunderland, Fulham. I think all of these other games are really winnable, and I think that's why for me I said, if they can get at least 3 out of the next 5, again, we should identify it for what it is. This is a terrible form. Only 1 win is 6, but can this Aston Villa bounce back? Yes, I think they've probably learned their lessons from the likes of Wolves, but I just think, Unai Emery has done it before, and I think he's going to, basically take hold of, the championship places and not, go, further down. I think they'll be good. They're eventually going to make the Champions League. Chelsea probably will be the ones to suffer for it, or probably Liverpool. But I think for me, they will be fine.
Okay. 090401889, 090404889. Talk about Aston Villa. He says, yes, he believes that they can still hold on and finish in Champions League places, and they certainly will be fine. The thoughts of Joseph Obicheson right here on Football Live. Hello.
Victor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Joseph, good afternoon. How are you doing?
Fine, good afternoon, welcome.
Victor, Samuel calling.
Samuel, you're welcome.
Aston Villa, what you understand is that I have never seen them as a title contender right from the beginning of the season. They've been winning games, beating some big teams, so-called big teams in the Premier League. But there is one problem with Villa. They have a good manager in Unai Emery, but the squad depth in that squad, they don't have that squad depth to, prosecute the season. In the Europa League, they were cut out of the FA Cup maybe in the last round. So the issue now is that there are some important players in that team that are injured, like their captain, John McGinn, and the other guy from Scotland, Telemans. Yeah. All those guys are, they are part of the team, winning team.
So the squad depth is not there, and they should be happy with what they are doing, you know. With Emre, yes, at times he is frustrated because of results. Like yesterday, he was agitated, you know, trying to question the referee, giving only 7 minutes after that long delay of that communication problem. So he's frustrated because maybe he expected to win at the Molineux, but that's football and this is Premier League. For them making the top four, it's going to be hard. I don't see them because they will drop further down to maybe 6th position or 7th because with the way they are playing now, I watched the game last night. They didn't play well at all. So when they meet teams like, you know, who are also aspiring to play in Europe next season, it's going to be a tough match for them. But they should be, you know, happy with what Unai Emery has done. He's done well with little resources. How much is most of the players there to compare with what other top, so-called top 5 were in their disposal? So Unai Emery, he needed investment in that team for him to be able to compete in all 4 competitions next season. So they will not make the top 4 this season, but at least they will finish, let me just say, top 6. Because the next game now, if United should win tomorrow, they will drop to 4. So who knows what the result will be today and tomorrow concerning Liverpool and Chelsea. So they will drop further down. But for me, they should be okay with what they have. The squad is not a kind of big like that, and it's not costly for them to be, you know, over expecting that the manager should do wonders. So for me, they are okay where they are. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for that one on the show. Yes, the action continues. It is your Champions Now Sports Radio, Real FM. And yes, this is Football Live. Let's get right into it and take more of your contributions. We're looking at Aston Villa and if the pressure. In the words of Morgan Rogers after the game last night, he says, disappointing. We didn't do anything. Yes, we didn't do anywhere near enough to create chances and score goals. And on pressure, Aston Villa, he says, it does weigh on us, but it shouldn't. We deserve to be here, and we should not forget that. Our run lately has not been as good as usual, but that is the battle of the Premier League. We are going to get back to good runs, yes, to our good run of wins. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Mr. President, I greet you.
Welcome.
Joseph Bishop.
Yes.
Welcome.
Okay, Joseph, how do you do?
Fine, welcome. Good afternoon.
Additional honestly, I want to agree with the Emirates yesterday. They didn't create a chance of scoring the goal yesterday. But mind you, any big team now to play wolves, they should be careful because they know that they have gone already. So they want to give all their out to make sure that they get something. So it's not a mistake. If we see what they did in Chelsea, even Arsenal, the same thing they did. So they didn't allow for the champion to beat them. So they showed the class, they showed the same thing against Chelsea. So even to show them to be like that, nothing they do. But I believe they will not make that they will stop for. They will still drop more points. So yeah, we buy for them what they do, what they don't know what to do. So I don't understand what they are now is better for them. Like tomorrow now, Chelsea is dropping points again because there's no hiding place for them. Arsenal will be Chelsea. No way. Because they are looking at that cup. They will die there. So I don't show Chelsea that even make top for this season. I believe Man U, Arsenal, Man City, and either Man U or Liverpool. But Chelsea is not. They don't have the quality. The mistake they did, they are forced to allow that push to go in the middle of the league. That's the point they have. This young boy doesn't know what he's doing. Good afternoon.
Okay, thank you so much for that one on the show. And yes, it says the pressure is weighing on us, but it shouldn't. We have not done enough, Well, of course, lately things are not looking good, but that's the battle of the Premier League. On injuries in the team, Roger said there are no excuses. We have players who are fit. We strive to win every game, but we are still third in the table. This is where we want to be. You hear things like, this is where we want to be. Is it as a result of they know that playing catch-up is much more difficult than being in a place where others will have to catch up with you?
No, I think playing catch-up is less of of stress, in my opinion. I think when you're at the top, you have to not just stay there.
It's never pressure-free.
Yeah, it's
but when you find teams saying this is where we want to be,
I think it depends on at what point in time. Maybe when you have it during the start of the season, you just want to. You look at the team in front of you. You probably measure with that team your performances because you feel like we are gradually getting there. But it's not to say at one point they feel like taking the foot off the gas. But the truth is, they just want to maintain that level where you can put pressure, be the ones to apply the pressure on the teams that on top. But the moment where you are the one at that position, you'll be hoping that the games come very fast, as even quicker than before, so that you can get through with the entire thing and just go ahead with the rest. But looking at how it has been for the teams that have been ahead for such a long time, I think there's always pressure of I have somebody breathing down on me. I have to remain consistent. I have to maintain the same sort of performance all the time. I mean, those ones are already down. What did Man City, Arsenal, Tottenham, Aston Villa, they have nothing to lose basically. They can only be ambitious, but the moment where they take over, I think that's where the pressure is on them to eventually go ahead to win the thing. But again, it depends on the time. For instance, going to the tail end of the season, more pressure would be on the those who are at the top when they don't have a healthy enough lead, and by that time, the people who are supposed to be not under pressure are the ones who want for you to somehow keep under pressure, and then they take over and they know that I have a little bit of time for me to at least be consistent and not maybe 3, 4, 5 games to the end of the season. I know that's the maximum. I will just go ahead and win the thing.
Okay, let's of course see how the guys will cope with the pressure, because again, a City, for the quality and the form that they have, I saw a City against Aston Villa last Saturday. I saw a City that were really under pressure. I saw a City that had a nerve-wracking finish to that game. It was nail-biting for them. They were waiting for the final whistle, anxiously waiting because of the way Newcastle played. There was a particular shot that Harvey Barnes took towards the end of that game. It was in the 94th minute. He took a huge save from Donnarumma to keep the scoreline at 2-2. You could tell that there was pressure at the Etihad. Maybe if that game was played elsewhere, it probably would have turned out differently, because I saw the lineup and I felt these guys have a complete squad and they should be able to, tear Newcastle apart. They scored first, considered an equalizer, scored a second almost immediately, and you think, okay, from now on they have it together. They probably should just be able to steamroll Newcastle. But it didn't turn out that way, and there were questions around, what's going to happen? What can these guys do differently? But again, I honestly think that pressure gets to you one way or the other when you are in a competition of this nature, because the moment by accident or design you find yourself on top of the table, you find yourself on top of the group, there's no way you are going to avoid it and say, it is I can dodge this one. Whether it is anything anybody wants to call good pressure or not, I think it gets to you one way or the other, and handling it is a different skill entirely. If you're able to handle it and get yourself out of a difficult place, people go on to applaud you that these guys were able to get the job done and they managed to pressure so well. But for every game it turns out it is a draw or a loss, people will always refer you to the fact that you are having a terrible time when you should be racking up points and stay in the position where people expect you to stay. I think it is credit to people who try to climb up the ladder and get to positions where they want to compete. Yes, people who expect you to make a statement and stay there. I particularly do, because I don't think anybody should be handed anything because you have suffered enough for it. You must get to the finish line and get the job done. Nobody lowers the standard to say because you've come second 5 times, now you can let everybody just leave it for you to win. It is never going to be like that, you know. So I think while it is healthy to embrace the pressure, sometimes it's just, you just have to understand that it is humans who are handling these things, and when they cannot cope, they find a way to adjust and try to come back better. Usually that's what these coaches will tell you at the end of the day. Let's try to come back better and see what we can do as far as the Sun is concerned. We'll still be talking Aston Villa after this quick timeout. And yes, the action continues right here, but quickly let's take a message on the show this afternoon. Arsenal fans, get around. Your team has been cooking all season, but guess who's cooking? Yes, who's in the kitchen with them?
Well, I mean, it is none other than Chivas Regal. I mean, just Chivas Regal, and they've been doing it. And they know that is not just a collab. That's a power move right there. Smooth on the pitch, also smooth on the glass. What more could you ask for?
Yes, and I know, yes, and you know, yes, you and I know, just like Arsenal, Chivas is all about the squad, winning together and celebrating together, and that's the real game right there.
Facts. When Saka scores a sweet goal, you're not just sitting there, just quiet, just pressing forward. You're jumping up, you're hugging your guys. Everyone is raising a glass, the Chivas style.
Yes, of course. And all right, let's settle this. If Chivas and Arsenal were a duo, yes, a player duo, who will they be? Yes, Saka and Martinelli, Rice and Odegaard.
Oh, it's definitely Saka and Odegaard for me. I mean, those two, they make it really look easy on the eye.
Okay, but if you are making reference to the last London derby, it probably will be Eze and Victor Gyökeres. But yes, of course, I know how easy that could sound. But let's look at the fact that, yes, a whole lot is still happening. I hear that now. Let's hear from you. What's your ultimate Chivas Arsenal duo? Hit us up and let's hear from you.
Yep, and remember, whether it's football or life, no one wins alone. I rise, we rise. So when it's time to celebrate, make it a Chivas.
And now, that's the spirit, literally. And as always, drink responsibly.
He sent it in with that gorgeous left foot of it. B-R-I-L-A, Brila.
A bigger sports experience just for you on several platforms. Sports Radio.
Brila FM.
Enjoy our services on www.brila.net.
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Everywhere.
Subscribe to Brila Sports TV on YouTube.
Watch, like, and share our videos. Brila.
It's a total sports media experience. Anywhere, everywhere.
He sent it in with that gorgeous left foot of his. Have you heard anything quite like this?
Absolutely not.
From London to Lagos.
It was a long ball over the top. Let's go by the form book.
Yeah, it's a superb performance from Arsenal, really.
Unbelievable.
Boom.
Big goal in the relegation scrap.
Wow.
No
Nigerian Frank Onyeka returns to the substitutes bench for Brentford.
That's why we stand out from the crowd.
If you're a Tottenham fan, you'll be jumping up and down.
Yeah, it was an absolute screamer. Fair play to Mikel Antonio.
Pick that one out.
It's been a pleasure having you with us.
And when's it all going to end? Football Live on Brilla FM.
Live and exclusive to Brilla FM. You are tuned in to Football Live.
So we've got so much coming up on Football Live. We are covering everything in England, in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, in Saudi Arabia, in Nigeria. You name it, we've got it covered here on Football Live.
Our fantastic team of reporters will be bringing you all the goals as they go in the biggest games across the footballing world.
We love a bit of drama here on Football Live, and we've plenty of it this afternoon.
And you could not have scripted this.
I'm sure we've got a cracker on our hands.
This game is incredibly and beautifully unpredictable.
Well, I said the wheels were falling off. Wheels, the doors, the steering wheel, it's all come off.
Well, we just would one. Keeper headed off and goal.
Fantastic.
Didn't really see that one coming this afternoon.
Gone right under him. It's a shocker from the goalkeeper.
Where's it all gone wrong?
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
I wake up in the morning, it's a new day, and I got bills and
Football Live.
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
Yes, welcome back. Of course, the action continues right here. Villa, can they still finish in the top 5 and secure European football? It is looking difficult now, but do you see them finishing there? Some have said yes, they will. Some have said no, they will give way to the big boys. Will Aston Villa secure top 4 football and play in the Champions League next season? Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, people.
Welcome.
As for the Villa case...
What's your name?
my name is Nuruddin.
Okay.
Because of the greatest Manchester United fan alive. So, as for the Villa case, I still see them finishing in the UEFA Champions League spot.
Okay.
I think they can actually do that. They have enough quality. But what I'm not sure about is the top place.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
All right. Okay, thank you so much. I'm sure that Villa will not mind a 5th place finish. As long as it ends them Champions League football, they will not mind finishing 5th. Some have also said maybe they should just put in the effort in the Prem, and if that doesn't work, go all the way, win the Europa League, and still play Champions League football. They are one of the best teams in the Europa League. And for Unai, who's won it 4 times or so, maybe, of course, he can still do it and just win it with Aston Villa, win a European competition, and then you would have won that. And then it affords you an opportunity to play in the Champions League. That's a good way to look at it also. Let's take some comments on our Facebook, on WhatsApp on the show. Hi, Football Live crew, Adedeji from Iowa Boy says, I think it's long overdue seeing Aston Villa holding a space in the top 4 position. This team haven't won any game in their last 6 matches. Their form recently has been poor and shambolic, that they hardly win games for me. I am sure they can never make top 5. The traditional teams such as Man U, Liverpool and Chelsea would all topple them into the top 5 position. And of course, this other one from Sean from Sulu says the EPL na animal farm. Not all animals are equal. Ha ha ha. Good afternoon, Vicky and Joseph. He says, I think Aston Villa will make the top 4 at the expense of either Man United or Chelsea. I think Nani Emery is really trying his best. He wrote it that way. But all these bottom table teams won't just go down without a fight. Trust the guys are enjoying the weekend. I'm surely enjoying mine through your analysis. And Play. Thank you so much, Play, for that one. This one says, good afternoon, Victor and Joseph. Aston Villa is another version of Arsenal. Butlers FC. They wouldn't make top 4. It's a concern. Obina Moba from Onitsha. They did last season, I'm sure you were not there. They played in the Champions League last season. So don't rule them out just yet. Yes, don't rule them out just yet. Even Newcastle, for all of their recruitments, the first time they played the Champions League the other time, they could not cope with the European places. They could not. Finished the bottom of the group. This time around, they have been able to navigate it. Went through the round of 16, and they are there now. So let's see. But even being there has also taken a toll on their sport in the Premier League. Because yes, you look at where Newcastle are at the moment, until the last 2 recent wins, until the last win they had, which was against the Tottenham Hotspur, that earned them 3 points. Newcastle had dropped all the way to like 13th on the log, which is where Crystal Palace are at the moment. Newcastle had to win a game to earn 3 points and then advance to 11th on the log. Even at that, they're still behind the likes of Fulham. So you see, the European football is also taking its toll on a team of Newcastle's quality. The guys who manage these things so well, coping in Europe and coping domestically, they deserve a little credit. I know they earn good money for that. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Joseph.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Joseph.
Okay, Japheth, let's hear you.
As you can see, this top 5, don't get into it. They don't have them already. This top 5, I don't know, we should let that up top 5. Let me see. Look at the future. You can see, I don't say Chelsea. We will perform this 5 minutes of glory that has now. And they will like so much in the different countries and hands. They are not to the contract consider. So this is probably Man City, Arsenal, after Man City, RU, and consider Liverpool. This is the top 5. This is the top 5. And consider we surely make the top 5. And not this year to make it top 5. That's what they did after last season. That's why they will have to do this dangerous 5 seasons they have in their front now. 5. If we don't have to remind you, as of now, it's also there. After it's there tomorrow. No. As of now, it's only the back of the front. God bless you. Okay. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you for that one as well. More contributions. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, it is your Champion Star Sports Radio Brilla FM. Around the grounds, Shamaki against Neftchi Baku. 81 minutes, it is 1-1. Botev Vratsa against Barrow. 81 minutes, it is goalless. And I can tell you that Kasim Pasha trail at home to Rizespor. 2-0. Yes, of course, there's an early kickoff in the Premier League. In another 1 hour. In another 22 minutes, of course, that game will kick off. It is the game between Bournemouth and Sunderland at the Vitality. Soon we'll take you to the lineup of that game and serve you what both teams have on offer for us as far as this fixture is concerned. In the meantime, we're looking at Aston Villa. At this point in time, yes, we'll settle wrapping things up now. We'll take a final round of contributions and then we'll switch to our next talking point on Football Live. This one here from Ahmed from Ikorodu. He says, for me, I don't think Aston Villa will make the top 5. I have said it a long time ago, even when they were still in second place. I'm not surprised at all. At some point, Sunderland were also top 4. So how many games were we into the season? Didn't you know Sunderland's zone was a fluke? But now they are gone back to where they belong. John Goodon, the mature Premier League team. It'll be more. Okay. Nobody would have thought Sunderland would end up in the top 4. I don't like. Look, there was no way. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
How are you doing?
Going on good. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
How's the weekend going?
Well, could get better. We're doing fine anyway.
Okay. Because I have to ask you because you are my coach. That's number one. I have a quarrel with this Joseph beside you there.
But let's stick with the Aston Villa topic. You can settle your quarrels later.
Okay.
Yes.
No problem.
Yes.
You say so. Okay, so for me, I believe they will make top 4. I believe Aston Villa will make top 4. And I want to ask a question.
Mm-hmm.
What are they really fighting for? No, just say they are already relegated, Abby.
Not mathematically. Not mathematically. Because yes, they still have 10 matches to go. If they win all 10 matches, that's 30 points. They have 13 points already. So 30 plus 13. Oh. That's a lot.
So I begin to wonder why are they really playing like they have it in them before and they let it late now. Now they woken up to start spoiling people's akara. I don't understand that. Well, I still believe Aston Villa will make top 4. One of the 3 of them will not make top 4. That's either Chelsea, Liverpool, or Man United. But I believe that Aston Villa will still make that top 4. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for your contribution on the show right here. Aston Villa, they played 29 matches, talking about Wolverhampton Wanderers. And in those 29 matches, they've suffered 20 losses, 7 draws, and 2 wins. So 2 wins, 6 points, 7 draws, 7 points. Put that together is the 13 points they have. They still have 9 more games to go. 3 times 9 is a lot. Yes, 3 times 9 can still give them about 27 points. Yes, 27 points to the 30 that they have, 13 that they have already. That's 40 points. And if you have 40 points, you beat relegation. So mathematically, they are not out of it yet. But we know that from that position, it is almost impossible for you to come back from the dead. We say the dead in this case because nobody will give you a chance. You'll probably be Lazarus to come out of, to be called out of the grave.
Even Lazarus had somebody to help him.
Somebody had to call Lazarus. And, but in this case, it will be hard though. In fact, somebody had to go and tell the master that hey, Lazarus, our brother, has been dead for days, your friend. And he said, hey, how long now? He said 3 days ago. In this case, who's even going to report Aston Villa's, Wolverhampton Wanderers case and say, okay, these guys are having it. Yeah, I think they're just riding it out. Whatever happens, fine. But like we say for other teams, if they win their remaining games. So mathematically, they are not out of the season just yet. They are not relegated just yet. But again, it is not looking like they are going to get out of that place. 20 losses? That's something. That's something. Okay, let's take this one more message. Okay, we've taken that already. The one who was talking about Aston Villa and they not being able to stay in the top 4. But yes, of course, that's it on to this edition of The Action. Our first major talking point coming your way on Football Live. Let's switch gears now and bring you more after this quick timeout. Stay with us.
sport fans, where you more ways to take enjoy and package sport informate as you day on the go. Now to follow us on top our social media platform and website as you day hot. Breaking news we day, live update with full ground, transfer gist and confirmed gist with all the betalicious analysis where they inside sports. Now we deserve like hot cake. Sharply follow us on top Twitter and Instagram at Brilla FM 889. For Facebook, follow Sports Radio Brilla FM. Come still visit our website, wey be www.brilla.net. Make you don't miss anything as we carry on closer to the action.
They are the heartbeat of a game. The voices that roar from Lagos to London, from the streets to the screens. They are more than fans. They are family. They are Brilla Nation. You cheer, you chant, you celebrate every goal, every victory, every moment that matters. And every single day, Brilla Media celebrates you. The power, the passion, the pride of Brilla Nation. Brilla Media, the home of champions, the voice of the fans. United we stand, together we win. Because we are Brilla Nation.
B-R-I-L-A, Brilla. A bigger sports experience just for you on several platforms. Sports Radio.
Brilla FM.
Enjoy our services on www.brilla.net.
Anywhere. Everywhere.
Subscribe to Brilla Sports TV on YouTube.
Watch, like, and share our videos. Brilla.
It's a total sports media experience. Anywhere, everywhere.
Breaking news straight to your phone. Brilla Media is now on WhatsApp. Follow our official WhatsApp channel for the latest sports news, talking points, live updates, and in-depth coverage of sports events in Nigeria and around the world. From international tournaments to national teams, athletes, and exclusive stories. If it's sports, it's on Brilla Media. To join, simply go to WhatsApp channels on your device. Search Brilla Media and tap follow channel. No stress, no delays. Just sports as it happens. Brilla Media, home of the fans.
He sent it in with that gorgeous left foot of his. Have you heard anything quite like this?
Absolutely not. From London to Lagos.
It was a long ball over the top.
It's gone by the form book.
Yeah, it's a superb performance from Arsenal, really. Unbelievable.
Boom. Big goal in the relegation scrap.
Wow. Nigerian Frank Onyeka returns to the substitutes bench for Brentford.
That's why we stand out from the crowd.
If you're a Tottenham fan, you'll be jumping up and down.
Yeah, it was an absolute screamer. Fair play to Mikel Antonio.
Pick that one out.
It's been a pleasure having you with us.
And when's it all going to end? Football Live on Brilla FM.
Live and exclusive to Brilla FM. You are tuned in to Football Live.
So we've got so much coming up on Football Live. We are covering everything in England, in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, in Saudi Arabia, in Nigeria. You name it, we've got it covered here on Football Live.
Our fantastic team of reporters will be bringing you all the goals as they go in the biggest games across the footballing world.
We love a bit of drama here on Football Live, and we've plenty of it this afternoon.
And you could not have scripted this.
I'm sure we've got a cracker on our hands.
This game is incredibly and beautifully unpredictable.
Well, I said the wheels were falling off. Wheels, the doors, the steering wheel, it's all come off.
Goal with just Wood won. Keeper headed off and goal.
Fantastic.
Didn't really see that one coming this afternoon.
Gone right under him. It's a shocker from the goalkeeper.
Where's it all gone wrong?
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
Football Live.
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
Welcome back. Still Football Live, your Champion Star Sports Radio Brilla FM. Of course, action continues right here. Let's take you around the grounds and bring you more results of games taking place at this point in time. Neftchi Baku have scored a late goal for what could prove to be the winner. Scored in the 92nd minute of the game against Shamaki. And that could be points in the back for Neftchi Baku. Kasim Pasha nil, Rizespor 3. Just in case it wasn't Kasim Pasha you picked to win, it was still over 2.5 somehow. Well, Rizespor made that possible for you in this game. Tobol already taking the lead ahead of Kairat Almaty in the Kazakhstan Super Cup. Yes, and Kono Zagoris against the Banga. 5 minutes in, no goals recorded yet. In the top Liga in Lithuania. Novi Pazar in Serbia have taken the lead against the TSC. 21 minutes on the clock in that game. Of course, we'll get back to the talking points soon. Let's take you to the game. Set to kick off in the Premier League. Bournemouth at home, where they take on Sunderland. Bring you the lineup between the two sides, because yes, we have it ready now. Home side, Bournemouth, yes, for the Cherries. Anthony Raiola made 2 changes. Yes, he makes 2 changes to the Bournemouth side that played a goalless draw with West Ham United last weekend. Striker Evan Nielsen drops to the bench along with Amin Adli, while of course David Brooks and Marcos Tavernier are coming into the starting 11. Of course, it is in the starting 11, Petrovic in goal, Jimenez, Hill, Senesi and Truffet. Adams and Scott are the two in front of the back four. It is Ryan, Brooks and Tavernier. They play right behind Krupi, the young star forward. Yes, young Frenchman. On the bench for the side, Manders, Evan Nielsen, Christie, Smith, Diakite, Adli, Unal, Tot, as well as Milosavljevic. Yes, Milosavljevic in that game. Sunderland boss, Reggie Lebris, he made 4 changes after the 3-1 home defeat by Fulham. Captain Granit Xhaka returned. Yes, he returns to the starting lineup for the first time since the 17th of January after recovering from an ankle injury. Xhaka injured? Never had that in a long time in football. Wolves is the man in goal for the Sunderland side. It is Getrida, Ballard, Alderete, as well as Hume, the 5 in defense. Diarra, Xhaka, Sadiki are the 3 in the middle with the Tabi, Mayenda and Lefebvre. Yes, the 3 in the attack in this game. On the bench, Elberg, Angulo, Rigg, Onion, Isidore, Traore, Alexit, Jones, and another Jones. But of course, injuries to some players, making it impossible for them to be a part of it in this game. So yes, it will be kickoff anytime soon. We're definitely counting down to that one as well. Right here on your Champion Star Sports Radio Brilla FM. In another 26 minutes, that game will get started. And Barcelona have finally made a decision on whether to sign Marcus Rashford once his loan spell comes to an end. The England international completed a switch to the La Liga giants last summer. Rashford has shone under Hansi Flick this season, having scored 4 goals and provided 6 assists for the Spanish giants as Barcelona look to defend their La Liga crown. However, the Blaugrana had been pondering whether to retain Rashford's services beyond the loan spell, which expires on the 30th of June. Reports have now emerged that the Spanish giants are prepared to make Rashford's move permanent, willing to pay 30 million euros in order to retain the forward's services. The fee itself will be paid in 3 yearly installments of £10 million, 10 million euros, while personal terms wouldn't be an issue for the 28-year-old. Has Rashford done enough to secure a permanent deal to Barcelona? Has Rashford done enough to secure a permanent deal? A move to Barcelona. 4 goals, 6 assists. Maybe not the best of return. Or maybe he's not had enough game time for us to prove that he's not done enough for him to get this sort of move on a permanent basis for a place he truly wants to be, where he appears to be getting game time once again. Joseph.
I think you summed it up, even though you tried to be political with your second one. When he said, maybe he's not also been playing. Because, you know what to do. See, this man has 21 games. Of course, not the truth is, not every game has been 90 minutes, yes. Yeah. But I think considerably, it's not as if they play in 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 20 minutes. I mean, you look at some other players in that category who have actually made, good with the time they've got. But the truth is, no goes to the Copa del Rey, the Super Copa de España. I think that was played at the start of 2026 actually. Yes, and he's played UEFA Champions League as well. 8 games, he scored 5 goals and 3 assists. But in the league, he has 7 assists and 4 goals in 21 matches. So with these numbers, that is basically 9 goals so far and 10 assists. The new age,
all put together.
Yes, the new age people would say that's what's 19 goals and assists.
Contribution.
I don't believe in that nonsense. But the truth is, they bought him, to improve the attack. Those numbers look inflated when they say goals and assists. But for a football player like Rashford and a Barcelona way is that, I would also look at Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal just hit double figures. Again, yes, that's what you call him a world-class talent, but it's not about the finished article. Rashford is 28. You can't basically put them on the same pedestal based on what they are doing now. But the truth is, for a squad player as well, maybe it's just decent for somebody to be there in case Rafinha is always going to play ahead of him. But Rafinha has been injured now, so it means and again, he's not even hitting the first team. The first 11 is not a guaranteed starter, even without Rafinha. That's where the problem is. To sum it all up, I think he has not done exactly well, to earn a permanent stay. But do they need somebody around? At one point, Barcelona were basically, paying all the wages of some people, even though call it a loan or free transfer, because they needed a lot of bodies. They were bringing in new version of players, and the kids were coming off the block, and it felt as if, okay, this is what the plan is. Getting some of the guys who would try as much as possible to at least paper the cracks, if there's any, for the meantime, and allow the younger guys to also have some of their minutes, so that in say 2-3 years now they can divest from those who they brought on loan, or even a free transfer and pay good figures for in terms of wages, and then you have the future of the club sorted. So for me, I just think Rashford is that kind of it fits that profile. Yes, he's not terrible. I mean, the goals speak for themselves, the importance of some of those goals. Yeah. But for a squad player, I think it's just about good business. Maybe you might not agree from the price points. I mean, 26 million pounds and 35 or thereabouts in euros. You know, for him, for a squad player, when you have other guys with it, but then you look at the likes of Ferran Torres. I don't believe Ferran Torres is miles ahead of him. Maybe just a tad above it, because Ferran Torres has been getting the goals. He plays as a 9, he's scoring as well, but maybe not in terms of consistency. Would you say he's so much ahead of him? But the truth is, on the basis of what he's done, the numbers don't look good for somebody who is, you know, to earn a permanent move off a regular starter. I 100% believe that if he has better numbers, Barcelona will probably be, you know, say, okay, it's a bargain what we've had here. Because if he's done really well, say for instance he has, say, 15 goals, just 15 goals now, I think they'll be saying, okay, yes, good business. But in my honest opinion, I don't think he's done enough. But again, from the angle of being a squad player who will come in when some guys are injured, of course, you know, due to them playing just about, you know, I mean, minimum of 50 games per season for Barcelona. I think it's, you know, one of those bodies you need. Maybe not world-class talents now, Rashford, but it's just about, the average is good enough for Barcelona to, you know, at least depend upon in the meantime.
Okay, because I think it has also not been it's also not been largely a Rashford problem. Because if we go to last season, Rafinha had in 57 matches, he was doing 34 goals and 22 assists. And that was a world-class season by any standard.
Yes.
And then you look at that, this season, he's not been there. Lewandowski was among the top scorers last season. This season, you scroll past how many names before you find him in the scorers chart. And so if you put all of these things together in terms of the numbers they have been able to pace this season, you may not particularly say Rashford has been a standout player or the main man for them. But I think it is fair for him to be a part of the squad and be, you know, a part of the setup.
Yes.
He's just done well enough. We're also talking about a Barcelona side who got on Aubameyang for free and still sold him for some money to Chelsea.
Yes.
You know, so I think that could work. And I don't think it has been as bad as maybe we expected something better. But given the sort of season that Barca have had, I think he's just had a decent outing with them. Again, the season has not ended, but he's not been a standout player for them. Would they have a case to say that this is just another investment that we do not think is good? Again, I do not see where they are going to splash little money and expect the kind of impact a lot of people expect. I mean, Yamal is a product of the academy. Those are not the kind of players you find twice on a Sunday and every day on the streets. Okay, so it will be a lot more now for them to want to splash out money and say, let's get a quality player that's going to come into the side. Now, it also works for them that they also do not have to pay at once for this deal. If you're paying 30 million euros for Rashford and you're paying in 3 installments, I think it's decent business. You have a club who are willing to let him go, and then you are also willing to buy, but buy on your terms and say, okay, after the loan move, we want to make it personal. I also think that if it gets to a point where there might be reduction for him to consider his wages, to say, okay, take a pay cut because United is no longer paying half the money and Barca paying the rest, he might consider that. I don't think he will have a problem with taking a pay cut. But yeah, I think that Rashford that did about 30 goals in one season and everybody expected him to be the lift off and for him to continue from there, I don't think we'll ever see that version of him again. I don't think that version of him is ever going to come again, and that for me is just what it is. And we might sit here and talk about him not getting in the 21 matches he's played this season in La Liga. He's only had I think 13 starts, 13 starts, and didn't finish all of those. So yes, we might create a bit of excuse for him here and there. But I've also heard people who have said, if Barcelona are outrightly thinking of scaling the levels from what they had last season to what they want to have, what they are having this season and what they want to have in the future, these are not the kind of signings you want to make, because these guys are not level raisers. Joseph.
Well, of course, they are not level raisers. I don't think they, based on sheer quality, not better than what they possess in front of for that attack. Rafinha again, Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, yeah, but you could say Lewandowski probably in his last legs, but given the numbers he's having, it's pretty much decent. Who else again? Lamine Yamal. Okay, somewhere you have Fermin Lopez, who is also coming in from in a withdrawn role and still putting in really quality goals as well. So I think in as much as they don't want to tamper with what they have in front, because I feel there's a good chemistry between the amongst the attackers. But in as much as they don't want to tamper with them, I think it is important that they also have a backup, because I mean, what's the need for a bigger squad? Not in terms of the entire squad, I mean the entire size, but in terms of a good enough level where you would not need to feel the absence of one so much. And I think it means the world, especially with a club like Barcelona. I mean, we're talking about Rashford, who has not exactly done it, but his Champions League figures have been really
impressive,
good.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think it also takes a little bit of pressure off the performers. They have to consistently that is what the elite players do anyway. But the truth is, it also gives them a kind of, there are some games in the Champions League where you don't have to play your best legs all the time, because you also have other things to worry about. In Barcelona, for example, now you could have said, okay, Barcelona had qualified for the Champions League phase before the final day of the season. I mean, the final day of the league phase. But you also look at what is going on in La Liga, because they had to contend with Real Madrid, and the fact that Real Madrid were also not particularly good enough, but at one point they held the lead. So those are the kind of moments where you feel, okay, Rashford is doing well in the Champions League, I can decide to play more for the Champions League, and then I know I also need to take care of what's happening at home. It is much more difficult to win a league, in a particular league, than winning the Champions League. You just need to pick your moments. And if Rashford has shown that he is able to do this on a big important night in Champions League, I also need to take care of the harder prospect of probably losing on the league to a Real Madrid that everybody expects me to beat, because Real Madrid are not at the peak of their powers now. So I think it's just about balancing up the squad, and I think players like this, yes, they might not necessarily raise the level, but they'll give you just enough buffer to be able to work with the best, and maintaining that shape and that balance within the squad. And I think that's where I think it's a good piece of business.
Okay, 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Has Marcus Rashford done enough to secure that move? Yes, to be a dream move for him.
He doesn't also complain when it doesn't start. That's
the kind of energy. Yes, you probably say, okay, it's an accommodating one in the dressing room, and as long as it's not causing problems. Well, yes, Rashford, has he done enough? Do you look at his numbers? Do you look at his play generally to say that Barca should splash that money on him? Or you think that money, why don't you go to Brazil? Huh?
But that talents in Brazil these days come surprisingly expensive. Except those who, I don't know, you don't get a 28-year-old to 27-year-old from Brazil, even 25. Everybody looks at the market for 18, 17, 19, probably at most, and then maybe 20, because you look at when Vinicius even came. But they are looking at Brazil as the market for the younger players, not for the finished articles. At one point, Inter Milan will try to get Gabigol. I think they got him. What's his name now? Gabriel Barbosa.
Yeah.
Yes. But he came to Europe and he almost went back immediately. So, I mean, they've learned a lot of lessons from some of these top guys.
He's gone back for years now.
Yes. So,
he's gone back for years now.
He's never going to make it back to Europe, except on vacation or holidays or whatnot. But the truth is, you look at, maybe in terms of those kind of players, I mean, they got someone from Copenhagen, Rooney Badji, who, by the way, maybe has underperformed so far. But you have the Eredivisie.
I doubt if he's played enough for anybody to assess him to say,
as
okay,
well.
That's good enough for me.
Yeah. So I think for me, for that amount again, I think this is as good as it gets. I don't think they are going to be getting a world-class talent or even a talent above or quality above Rashford, for that money at this point in time. They added Ademola Lookman, by the way, on the market, and I felt maybe just had a few more quits. I mean, he's gone to Atletico Madrid for 35 million.
And he's done 7 goals already.
So you're just close about 5 million better than Atletico Madrid to get Ademola Lookman, which is obviously a better quality now.
Oh. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, that's what
Welcome.
Charles calling from.
Yes, welcome, Charles.
So, about our subject of discussion, Rashford.
Yeah.
My opinion, I don't think he has done enough to deserve a permanent move.
Okay. Your reasons are?
I mean, the camera never lies now. He's barely done 4 goals, right? How many assists? 7 in the league. I mean, which is not a good turnout. So, if you look goals per the number of times played, I don't know what it is. So it doesn't suggest. And for a seasoned player like him, 28 years, I mean, he's been at the EPL for only God knows how many number of years, and then he's coming to Barcelona. One thing in mind was to prove himself so that he could get a permanent move. However, I mean, his product, his output has not even shown that. So if Barca is taking Rashford, they probably are taking him on the grounds of number one, in order to have the desired in sport depth. Someone spoke about him not giving trouble, not giving hazards, maybe dressing room. Or why will he give hazards? Because he knows obviously that he's not doing well now. Why he will make noise now? He's coming from a place saying no, and remember he has a very he had a rough time in mind, so you're coming in there. What he wants, it should have been that what he does on the play would have spoken for him, but he hasn't produced that. Unlike Ademola Lookman has hit the ground running. So, I mean, if he gets a permanent move, it's one of the. He should count himself lucky. But based on what he has done, it's a no-no for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. And let's take more contributions. Yes, the more the merrier, if you think he's not enough or not. Hello. Hello, good afternoon.
This is Nuruddin, the greatest Manchester United fan alive, talking again.
On earth, the full earth.
Sir?
You said the greatest United fan on earth?
Yes, sir.
How did you rate that? Why were you able to gauge that?
Because the people have known any question regarding Manchester United.
It is in your neighborhood. Leave that. Have you met my brother? Have you met my brother?
Bring him on.
Okay, don't worry till then. But for now, keep that title to yourself. You can be greatest on earth. Even Sir Alex, somebody did with Benjamin. If not that one.
No, as for the Rashford issue, are you listening?
Yeah, go on.
As for the Rashford issue,
yes.
Me personally, as a United fan, I would love him to go to Barca. I think that if you could remember, the match against Newcastle in the Champions League, but it was Rashford that basically won that game for them. So I think that game has enough, proof for Barca that he is quality, that they should sign him. That's my take. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that one. Just one game is enough. I see. It says just that one game against Newcastle. So they meet Newcastle again in the round of 16. Supposing they get knocked out by Newcastle, we would say that one goal or that one game was just enough. Okay. In a season where you have to play over 60 games for a club like Barcelona, one game. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is Marshall.
Marshall, how are you doing today?
Yeah, on the topic concerning Marcus Rashford, whether he deserves the 30 million or 35 million pounds.
A permanent transfer. No, it's irrespective of the money.
Okay.
Does he deserve a permanent transfer? Has he done enough?
Rashford has done well concerning what his playing time. Rashford has not been given the opportunity in Barcelona. Why? Irrespective of he's a lone player and they don't put that trust in him because they have people that are playing that same flag, Rafinha and Lamine Yamal in the other way. The other plan, they don't like playing at a central CS. So because of Lewandowski and Dani Olmo. So if they now sign him like as a permanent player, as a full Barcelona player, they will not be okay. After all, he's no longer a loaning, or let's give him the opportunity and the time, because we want him, to showcase, to show what he has upstairs there. So giving him that opportunity, that's what we like. He's a nice player. It's just that he fall out of favor having that issue with Amri in Manchester United. I'm a United fan. I know what that far contributed to United at his young age. He has done well, and he's still doing right. Just that the coach has not been giving him that duty, that command that, okay, do what you want with the ball. You know that for like entering into the defense, dancing there and there. But he has not been doing it Barcelona because of what? Because it's a new place where there's no putting that trust in him. So if you give him that ability and opportunity, he's going to give you what you want. I think it is that bit. They should sign him in that amount. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one as well on the show. Is it a case of he's not been given the time, or it's a case of he's not shown the quality to be trusted with enough playing time? Or he's just down the pecking order. I mean, there's a way you can perform so well,
and then you begin to raise your...
I mean, we've gone past halfway the season. If there's anything to be seen in him, by now he should be confirmed.
I think if he continues to... At one point, he started getting the goals, although not, but the distance or the games between when he gets one and then before the other one were not particularly, massive, were not as big as it currently is. So I think it's a case of, first of all, you're down the pecking order, and I would say maybe at the point he was coming in, I think he had a lot to prove, and then you could tell, okay, let me give you the chance. Let's see. I mean, you have a lot to prove. Manchester United, were just basically, maybe they had it all wrong from their end. I mean, the fans were, all over and whatnot. But the truth is, when you were given that chance and you were not able to make good use. In fact, the first game of his Barcelona career, I think there were, some talks about, okay, it's not particularly coming to terms of, with how we play. But the truth is, this guy has not played for, a very long time under our body before going to Barcelona. And when he, got to Barcelona, you don't expect that. He's a direct player. Barcelona do not make use of, the elements of directors to Yamal and Rafinha. But the truth is, generally how Barcelona play is not so direct. So you're having to fit in a profile that is not entirely the same as the way you play, the system you play, or the how you play your team. Maybe it will take a little bit of time, and you have to also give him that leeway, that spread. That's what I'm talking about, and maybe it's taking a bit of time. But the truth is, I think after it's looked at it dropped off. You could tell when someone is trying to get into that frame, but it was not being able to get it, and somehow it dropped. And I think that's where it started to. I think he got injured along the line as well. Yeah. So we need to take precaution. We need to not rush him back and all of those things. And I think maybe that's also had a little bit of effect on the performance, not even on the results or the goals. Because many times I see him, he whips in some of those crosses. The quality of play is there, but cannot exactly translate into any of the meaningful output that you need in the game of football. And I think when the others who are more established in the squad, when they come around,
and especially when they make it look easy,
yes,
to a win.
I think it's difficult to give you more playing time. And now Rafinha, I think they wanted to at least bring down the number of games Rafinha has been playing. Since he's been there, he's always been present. So I could understand why he's even getting some of those playing time. But for now, the performances are not as good. The goals are not coming in. Yes, you can tell in terms of assists, because most times when it comes in, they are probably just coming back into the game, or they need a goal. So because what the result to is play from the corners and try to whip into those crosses, which by the way is a very good crosser of the ball, probably one of the best in the squad. And of course that's where you need it the most. So I think that's why the numbers are limited to what we have now.
Okay, let's let you know that Sunderland have taken the lead on the road against Bournemouth. It is Maenda who's put them ahead. Across from Habib was parried onto the path of Mayenda. And yes, of course, he just had an easy tap into the net because he was on the last line with the defender. And the goalkeeper wasn't even there to be beaten because the goalkeeper had already parried it onto the path of the player. Just a simple tap. 1-0 the lead on the road. We're still talking Marcus Rashford. And yes, we're taking your thoughts. Action continues on Football Live. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Oh, sorry. I think my name is Charles again. I wanted to find out so Rashford has tanked. He has tanked. I mean, 28. He has tanked. Anything Rashford wants to play in football, he don't play and finish. Even if you give him 100 hours, it's not going to bring out anything again. I mean, how do you know this? Okay, we can compare like for like. Look at Ademola Lookman. He went to Atletico Madrid. And boom, he got the place, hit the ground running. Right? And they have the same type of scenario. Because Ademola Lookman was troubled in Atlanta. The same way Rashford was a little bit troubled in Man United. So all of them were looking for a place, a greener pasture where they can showcase their talent. And fortunately for them, they both are now in Spain. And I'm not trying to bring the two of them together, but I'm just saying for us to look at how, even though I like Man United, I love Rashford. He's our boy. He's our own bread. But let's call it spade a spade. Rashford has tanked, and he is riding on the brand image of Man United to have even secured that backer. If Rashford were to be in other club, that is not mind you, maybe he's in Newcastle or somewhere, he will not even see chance to play for Barcelona. That's the truth. And now he has gone to play for Barcelona, and it's the same. The output is the same. So let's bear in any injury, whatever you want to do, still give Rashford another 365 days. The product will be the same. He has tanked. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. He said he is tanked. There's nothing left in there. And if he wasn't a United player, he probably wouldn't have secured that move to a top club like Barcelona. I think sometimes also you just also have to look at the rest part of the world and sign some of these players and give them an opportunity. Still early days. But I think this Ryan kid, this 19-year-old that Bournemouth just got from Brazil, I think he's a good player. The other 18-year-old kid that plays for Wolverhampton Wanderers, Matheus Mane, I think he's a good player. Yes, I think I like his physical profile. I like the way he approaches the game. His body feints is top-notch. He's a tireless runner. He's got good engine to keep running. He buzzes all through the game. Yes, you like things like that for some certain profile, and I think he offers that. He comes across to me like a mini Semenyo, but yes, he's still 18. Let's see how he develops in the coming days and in the coming years, and let's see how he grows into the kind of player we want him to be. There are other testimonies like the Caicedos of this world, the Enzo Fernandez of this world. I mean, I'm talking about the Enzo that went to Benfica for 8 million euros before Chelsea got him for 120. Not the guy that Chelsea got. The one that sometimes some of these guys can go under the radar. I mean, I think City got Julian Alvarez for way less than that, and then they sold him 2 or 3 years later for like 91 million euros. Yes, you can get a lot of these guys, and I think in Europe you might look at the amount of money now to say 30 million euros is small. But if you're Barcelona and you go with that amount of money to some parts of the world, I think you're going to get a top deal. Bring in the kind of players who, even when they don't probably live up to it, you can still sell them for the amount of money that would, make you keep some certain amount of money. Because except another club is buying Rashford within the next 1 year, I'm not sure there's a resellable value for a guy who's 28 already. And then resellable value, you'll be looking at what he offers you if you sell him 2-3 years from now. 2 years from now, he'll be 30. And then will be saying, oh, that cycle is over. Let's be looking at something that can offer, somebody that can offer something different as far as his career is concerned. But yes, the game continues. 24 minutes on the clock. It is Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 1. Bournemouth had a shout for a possible penalty after it looked like the ball came off the arm of a Sunderland player. But yes, the referee has since waved play on. Yes, there was also an offside situation. Probably now there will be checks to see if that actually happened. I think he was a goal scorer, Mayenda. He was in the box as well. A shot came in. A Bournemouth player flicked it and went into the... It looks like it touched the hand of the player, the arm of the player. But we're not sure. We might have to see that again. But yes, we're still talking Marcus Rashford. And he's a stay at Barcelona. About to be made permanent. And that has, of course, divided opinions among fans. Fans of Barcelona, some have said, well, give him the opportunity to stay here permanently. Maybe, just maybe, if he signs permanently, we'll begin to see those sort of performances from him. And some have also said, well, I don't think so, irrespective of whether he stays permanently or not. These are not the kind of performances we hope to see, or that we were hoping to see. And so he has not convinced that he can do the job. What say you this afternoon? Let's hear from you on Football Live. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Sheyi from Ikorodu.
Sheyi, you're welcome.
Yeah, I think Rashford has done well for the times he has played. Comparing to Ademola, I'm not trying to shade what the other scholars said, but I'm trying to make my own opinion. He has done well for the time he has played. Lookman to Rashford, Atletico Madrid play of style is different from Barcelona play of style. I think Joseph has said something exactly to what I want to say. He has played, Barcelona style of play is not direct. Atletico Madrid is direct. So Lookman creating chances and scoring is different from what Barca will also make. So that's just what I'm going to
say. Okay. All right. Okay, thank you for that one. Thank you for that one on the show this afternoon. Sunderland definitely showing some attacking intent there. And they're also coming together in the Bournemouth box. Noah Sadiki was brought down. I'm not sure it's going to be a penalty. Okay, it's a free kick somewhere close to the box. It's a free kick just outside the area. David Brooks brought down Noah Sadiki there. And Granit Xhaka takes the free kick. But Petrovic gathers. And so far in the game, 3 shots by Sunderland, all 3 on target. Bournemouth 2 shots, none on target. Came really close to equalizing, but he was not on target as Getruida was in the right place at the right time. He had cleared it out for a corner before the player could get onto it. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Okay, welcome.
When Rashford wants to go to Barcelona, I talk about this platform, I know what I say. Once he's the lone player, you are going to big club, you should be expecting big. Yes. If the Rashford will start match, score a trick, you know sure for him say he will start next match. As long as people will get that win, you don't get injured. So not the way you want, you better say you go things like all those Bournemouth or Newcastle or something. You go see Bob play for that place. So you see for Barcelona, even if they buy him now, as they don't see him as a bench warmer for that team. Now so you go say finish in career for that team. If you like, may he perform, show those things where you want to show. Next match, you go come from bench. Or if you see no easy to yourself, if they start winning the match well. So when they go low, you should be expecting that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. He says it is not a question of whether you play well. As long as you're a player who's on loan, you're always going to have these problems. And Bournemouth, yes, they have really been unlucky came really close to scoring a similar goal like the one they conceded. And they've had like 2 shots blocked now, all in the space of 3 minutes, as they are looking for an early equalizer at the Vitality. They trail 1-0. 29 minutes gone in that game already. It is Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 1. Let's go to some of let's check out some of the comments on our Facebook fan page. This one here says, good afternoon, brother. Rashford deserves another consistent start in Barca due to his overall contribution. But the decision to return or stay depends on his choice. Mickey from Moe. The club is looking at making the deal permanent, and we're asking if you think he has done enough. It is not whether Rashford wants to stay or not. It is not his choice. It is the club that is trying to decide his future for him now to say, we think we want to sign you permanently for you to stay here with us. But FC Barcelona need him more, especially some of the wingers are injured. He would replace them. They should sign him if he's willing to stay. Of course, I guess he's definitely willing. Ismail Sani from Agege says Barcelona just signed one from the standpoint of a right-footed player on the right-hand side of the attack and a backup to any of the attacking options to start. Okay, well, let's see. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Brother FM.
Welcome.
Anthony, right?
Victor here.
Victor, all right.
Yes.
All right. Your voice sounds like Anthony. This is Andrew calling from Ikeja.
You're welcome.
Yes, in regards to the matter of if Rashford, whether if Rashford has done well to earn a permanent deal at Barca, for me, from my own perspective, honestly, overall performance of Rashford was excellent to me, and to me, he has earned the right to be permanently in Barcelona because he has stepped up a couple of times for them when they needed him most. So I think it's a nice move for him and for the club as well. They will benefit from each other as well.
Okay. All right. So thank you so much for that one. He says they will benefit from each other. Let's take more calls on the show. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Hello. Let's hear you. Are you there? Okay. Yes, I guess something happened. But try again. Try again. Yes, we're talking Rashford. And if we think, yes, this is the kind of guy, yes, they should make the deal a permanent one. Well, some have said he's not exactly. Again, if you are looking at a team where a lot is on the shoulders of an 18-year-old kid, maybe you need proper level raisers and not just guys who make up the numbers. You're looking at guys who will come and put in their best, and then the weight of the squad is not on one side. If that's what you have with the Marcus Rashford, well, I guess those who are raising questions about if he's done enough or not, they are well within their rights to say, okay, this thing doesn't look good, and let's wait and see where this is going to go. But for those who are of the view that for a squad player that he is, he's doing a decent job about it, and it should be made the deal should be made permanent. I think those ones, well, they're also well within their rights to put up such an argument.
Yeah, well, you also look at what Barcelona will try to do in terms of protecting Yamal's place. Yamal, I mean, the level raiser comes in, performs like an elite player, gets the goals all the time, have basically identical output as Yamal. Possibly even in his, on that flank, there's a pressure on the coach to want to start him all the time and do what bench Yamal. I think that's what it is. Or they get such person and then obviously probably want Rafinha to pay for it, because either way somebody has to be benched, and that would only happen to a perpetual first 11 player, who has a guaranteed shirt. So I think they also look at it from that perspective. I mean, you have two world-class wingers already, and they keep performing. Yes, Yamal possibly you look at the fact that he's not been getting numbers in a good manner, but the truth is with his quality and what he's been adding to the team, for the Barcelona institution themselves, it's rather hard to drop a boy like that, because I mean he's seen as the future of the team. So I think putting all of that together, I think it has to be hard for them to bring in a level raiser, except probably maybe in an attacking fashion, or maybe in an attacking aspect. But the truth is, I don't think there's anybody who is going to be playing at that point without knowing for a fact that he has to be benched so many times during the season. And I think that's how it's going to be. Yamal will be protected, and lesser pressure on the coach and the players
in terms of game time. Is the level of competition in the league responsible for why coaches cannot take chances on some certain players, and that's why people say he's not had enough game time, he's not been playing regularly? When Real Madrid are hot on your heels, do you want to take the risk of rotating the squad and trying a guy who is only going to try and may not give you the tools to win a game?
No, I don't think you would. I think you want to start with your best legs at every point in time.
That informs why he doesn't play all the time then?
Yes. So, and even when Barcelona have not had, I think only one of really few times that they've had it that, they hold a considerably good gap against Real Madrid, but most times it's been tight, and maybe other teams do not come in the way, but the truth is you need to win games all the time. That is what it takes to win a league title. And that's how it's normal that you don't play somebody who is not consistent with the results, and of course the outputs as well. So I think you can understand the reason why he's not been playing, and of course his outputs have been low. But for 21 games, which more than half you've started, I think you're still not above that yardstick, for lack of better words, for you to start at a big club like Barcelona week in, week out.
Okay. 090-41,089, 090-44,089. Yes, the numbers to call as the action continues right here. And I can tell you right now, it is 37 minutes. Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 1. Action right there in League One. Leighton Orient against Barnsley, it is 1-1. And Northampton against Peterborough, it is goalless in that game. In the La Liga, Rayo Vallecano take on Athletic Bilbao. That game is currently on after 5 minutes, no goals recorded. And Kocaelispor against Besiktas. That game is currently on, and it is also goalless. Gabala against Kavan, yes, in Azerbaijan. That game is goalless, and I can tell you that, yes, in Belarus, the Super Cup is taking place today. That explains the fact that the league in Belarus has started today after the Super Cup game. Next week, you will see league matches. Yes, Vitebsk taking on Niemann. Vitebsk already lead by 2-0 in that game. Of course, let's see. Where else do we find the games now? Let's go to other leagues and check out action in Ligue 2. Yes, Guingamp against Rodez, it is goalless. Red Star against Le Mans is also goalless right there in the second division in France. Kayrat Almaty lead 2-1 against Tobol in the Super Cup in Kazakhstan. They have come from a goal down in that game. Kuno Zagoris lead against Banga 1-0 in the top Liga in Lithuania. And results from some of the centers at this moment in time as the action continues right here. If we go back to Serbia, yes, Novi Pazar still lead 1 against TSC, and Kukariki against Mladost. It is also still goalless in that game. No goals recorded yet. Iberex and Niigata, they lead 2-0 against Lion City in the Singaporean top flight course action right there. And I can tell you that in this Vesca Copen, yes, AIK lead away from home against Odervold by 1-0. Osta lead against Braj by 1-0 as well. And these are the results from the centers. The big games are yet to kick off. In the Ukrainian top flight, NLZ Cherkasy, they take on Policia. Policia lead 2-1 away from home in that game. And yes, just the results and games are taking place already at this time, and we will continue to take you there. Well, Bournemouth have turned the tide in terms of how they have played this game in the last couple of minutes against Sunderland, but they are yet to find the back of the net. We talked about it earlier, some 10-15 minutes ago, where we talked about the fact that Sunderland had 3 shots and all 3 on target, 1 big chance and 1 corner kick, and they lead 1-0. Bournemouth has since turned that around. They have now had 8 shots, 4 on target, 1 big chance and 3 corner kicks in the game. Definitely on top of this one as far as the action is concerned, and it is looking good for them. Will they find a goal before halftime? We have 6 more minutes of normal time left in the game to decide where that is going to go, but they keep creating those situations that could afford them the advantage to take the lead in this game. Let's see if they take any of those chances and convert it into a goal. In the meantime, yes, the action continues right here as we'll take yet a quick break. Yes, we'll take a quick break, and when we come back, of course, we will switch gears and look at other talking points on the show. Rashford has done well at Barcelona. They should give him a permanent deal. Ubina Moba, yes, this one is coming from you. And Ruben, your swan, yes, he says he's from Benue. He says from Benue State, good afternoon, brother. Rashford cannot play at Barcelona. He cannot? Oh, really? Okay. You've also not given us your reason why you think he cannot play at Barcelona, but of course he says Rashford cannot play at Barcelona. Let's take a break. Yes, when we come back, yet another talking point. We have it all lined up for you on Football Live, right here on your Champion Star Sports Radio Brila FM. Stay with us. Much more to come.
Oh, can you believe that? This is number 1 Sports Radio 88.9. But whatever you do, don't touch that dial.
They will go with a corner kick, shooting star still looking for the 3-point here. And no, fantastic header.
The WBC interim heavyweight champion of the world, the Nigerian Nightmare.
In this very moment, I'm king.
Carroll's on! He's won it for Liverpool! Much criticised, club record signing, comes up with a header that lifts their spirits.
Higher with the crown, yes.
They're looking to switch it quickly here for Ronaldo, who's got the better of Diego Alves, and Ronaldo scores brilliantly. The finish of a master, a craftsman at work.
Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't faze me.
He's set the captain as well for game for Nigeria. The man who's played the game for Nigeria takes them into the final. Ranko Kanu, what a moment for him.
Greatness is what we on the brink of.
Season remaining has won the Premier League title for Manchester City. Hollywood, make this movie. They have become the first African side to win Olympic gold and to win a major world footballing tournament. And no wonder they'll celebrate. Nigeria with the gold medal.
I'm really trying to make it more than what it is, because everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
Messi scores! Another massive milestone, a half-century of goals in the Champions League, and he's the youngest player to reach that figure.
Every moment is a treasure with Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM.
Brila FM, a complete deal.
'Cause in this moment I just feel so alive.
Time once again for VAR, Video Assistant Referee.
Everybody saw it.
Paul Tierney is recommending that Anthony Taylor goes and has a look for himself.
Yeah. We know you saw it too.
On reflection, he does get there first. He does make contact.
Let's review that scene and double check it all on the VAR show.
All right, make a use by VR made in Marine Beach. Yes, stand until the bridge you see everywhere clearly.
VAR made in Ungwanrimi. 9:30 a.m. Mondays to Fridays on Sports Radio, Brila FM. VAR. The recheck.
And now
news from the world of football. Reports are surfacing that last year's changes to the UEFA Champions League may have
come from a surprising source.
Here we go. Sources close to Lee are saying that Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been telling people the idea for the new format was all his idea.
Zlatan, last year we saw your announcement of the new format at the UEFA Champions League draw, and you were great.
Yes, I know. Zlatan is only here to help.
Okay, enough. You have to stop telling press and everyone else that we are making changes. Because we are not.
This is the Champions League, where the best in the world come to compete. This is an all-or-nothing league, where legends are made and hearts are broken. Football never stands still. It always evolves. And now, the fans are getting more competitive games. So that every match, every goal, every point matters. The best club competition in the world just got better. Because this is the Champions!
Follow all of the UEFA Champions League season on Brila.
Hi, DJ Drogba.
Hello, this is Haile Gebrselassie.
Hi, I'm Makelele Mbefela.
My name is Jeremy Mikel. My name is Danny Jordan. My name is Kolo Toure.
Hi, my name is Yaro Ranga.
Hi, sports fans. My name is Victor Moses.
My name is Lightning Bolt.
I'm Joseph Yabo.
My name is Austin Jeju Okocha.
This is David Dean, former Vice Chairman of Arsenal Football Association. We're on 88.9 Brila FM.
We're reaching out to bring the big names to you. Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM. There's nothing like it.
And it all kicks off right here.
You know, contributing your hot takes and opinions just got way easier because Sports Radio Brila FM is doubling down the fun by giving you 2 magical lines to connect to the studios. That means when you dial the numbers
090-41,889 and 090-44,889.
your voice will be heard on the home of the fans around the world. What are you waiting for? Start dialing because now you have not one but a 2-way access to having your voice heard on your favorite radio station.
He sent it in with that gorgeous left foot of his.
Have you heard anything quite like this?
Absolutely not.
From London to Lagos.
It was a long ball over the top.
Oh, it's gone by the form book.
Yeah, it's a superb performance from Arsenal, really.
Unbelievable.
Boom.
Big goal in the relegation scrap.
Wow.
Nigerian Frank Onyeka returns to the substitutes bench for Brentford.
That's why we stand out from the crowd.
If you're a Tottenham fan, you'll be jumping up and down.
Yeah, it was an absolute screamer. Fair play to Mikel Antonio.
Pick that one out.
It's been a pleasure having you with us.
And when's it all going to end?
Football Live on Brila FM.
Live and exclusive to Brila FM. You are tuned in to Football Live.
So we've got so much coming up on Football Live. We are covering everything in England, in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, in Saudi Arabia, in Nigeria. You name it, we've got it covered here on Football Live.
Our fantastic team of reporters will be bringing you all the goals as they go in the biggest games across the footballing world.
We love a bit of drama here on Football Live, and we've plenty of it this afternoon.
And you could not have scripted this.
I'm sure we've got a cracker on our hands.
This game is incredibly and beautifully unpredictable.
Well, I said the wheels were falling off. Wheels, the doors, the steering wheel, it's all come off.
Goal was just Wood 1. Keeper headed off and goal.
Fantastic.
Didn't really see that one coming this afternoon.
Gone right under him. It's a shocker from the goalkeeper.
Where's it all gone wrong?
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
Football Live.
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
It's another weekend. Yes, the action continues right here. Football Live on Sports Radio Brilla FM. And yes, I can tell you that it is halftime in the game. Home team, Bournemouth trail 1-0 against Sunderland. And yes, to more talking points we go. On Football Live. Now, Michael Carrick has hinted that Harry Maguire will be offered a new deal with Man United and believes that there's a lot more to come from the defender. Maguire's contract runs out in the summer and has yet to sign a new one. But there is optimism that Old Trafford, that he will stay at the club he joined for £80 million in August 2019. United host Crystal Palace on Sunday, aiming to extend their 6-match unbeaten run on the Carrick. They have dropped only 1 point in that period, with Maguire's value to the interim head coach demonstrated by the fact that he has started every fixture of his tenure. The 32-year-old has not always been universally popular since arriving from Leicester City, but has rediscovered his best form in recent weeks. It is likely that Maguire will need to take a wage reduction to remain at the club. But following the announcement that Casemiro would leave at the end of the season, there is an eagerness to keep some experience around the squad. Should Maguire be given a new lead? Yes, a new deal at Man United. Should Maguire be given a new deal at Man United? That's one brother who has fought a lot of battles and the mental resilience to still remain in United. Yes, the mental fortitude to still remain despite all that has happened. And he's also won his way back into the squad. And for some people, when they don't see him in the lineup, they are raising questions about what happened to Maguire. Why is he not playing? You've got to give credit to the brother for what he's been able to do for himself. At some point, he was the butt of all jokes. Yes, they tell you all that. People still say it today, Passepartout Maguire. Yes. And the famous one on the floor of the house in the Ghanaian parliament. You remember all of these things and you just laugh and say, Maguire, you actually saw hell. But yes, questions around if he should be given a new contract at Man United. It's 32 now. Joseph.
Well,
Maguire.
Yeah, I think I don't think anybody at this point, it is not even arguable that the better part of 2 years now is Manchester United's best defender. And maybe you could argue it, with the fact that Mathis de Ligt, has actually come through and it's had really important, not just good for himself, really important to the club because of how many, by sheer, quality, what he has been able to do, from, his ability, basically won Man United a lot of games from, all of those defensive displays. And looking at team, I think it's probably Manchester Manchester United's best defense partnership. You have Mathis de Ligt and Harry Maguire, together. And now that things have, started to stabilize now, I think Man United fans should be it will be a dream combination for the two. So it's just to tell you the importance of this guy in Manchester United at this point in time. A ball-playing defender, does not just, little things to how a team plays nowadays. It is really important. And Harry Maguire, for all of the qualities he possesses, when he was made the captain, I think personally I was part of those, fans who particularly did not take a liking to it as such. But the truth is,
then the performance was still poor.
Yeah, even at that time, it was. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gave it to him, it was still decent. In fact, it was good at that point in time. Before he started to, have that dip in form, and then it just went south for him. I think people, whatever you want to say, that's okay, it's good now, but the thing, it is valid. We would never be able to get to where we are going if you don't remember where we are coming from. And, it is also to tell you that, he's been through it all. So if there's a guy that probably embodies Manchester United's situation now, I think it has to be Harry Maguire. Yeah, they are trying to reach that level where, okay, definitely we are not where we used to be. Maybe there's a little bit of, there's more work to do before we get to that point. But at this point in time, with Manchester United needing a mentality monster like Maguire, and somebody who has, who has shown over time that his leadership skill. Yes, you might not like it. You probably would pin it, but the truth is, he's a leader in that squad, and he's the kind of guy that you need around to be able to. They are bringing in young players at this point in time at United. The Lenny Euros, the defenders, the midfielders could be Menus. They need a whole lot of leadership around them. Yeah, looking at what is happening at Chelsea, and everybody can say, okay, because they don't get leaders. I mean, Reece James, the captain, how many experience himself gets? They even to play all the games. But the truth is, I think apart from his off-pitch or dressing room qualities, it is really important that Manchester United offer him, even if it's going to be 3 years, he absolutely needs it. Man probably needs him now more than he needs Manchester United. That is not to say he's bigger than the club, but the truth is, he's nowhere
He's done enough to. He will get another deal if he leaves United.
He has to. He will get. Maybe not the flashy clubs. Not the Real Madrid or Barcelona's, but is a consistent performer. At least for the better part of the last 2 years, he's been consistent.
He may not walk into Real Madrid, but he'll play ahead of Raul Asensio.
Yes,
he will play in that defense.
So,
Maguire will go toe to toe with any of the defenders they have at Real Madrid at the moment.
So I think
this is not the what's this called? This is not the. What's this? The legendary captain defender era. This is not the Ramos era where we'll say, okay, there's Pepe, there's Ramos. This is the Raul Asensio era where David Alaba, because of his injury, even sits on the bench for him. Maguire will play in that defense. Kobasi and what's their name? Arojo will not bench Maguire. No. I'm telling you, that's how good he is. He's been at United long enough, and one of the problems United might have is not to let him. It's not because letting him go is such a big deal. It is the fact that first you might need more money to recruit a player of that quality that is way younger, and then you might also need time to let the player adapt to the league or adapt to the fact that they now play for Man United.
Yes.
I think that's part of the problem you've had with a guy like Euro, who of course is young and he probably should have just been playing elsewhere. And then when he's ripe enough, he comes to cope with the intensity of the league. But again, a good squad player, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that Harry Maguire, I think he's done enough.
Yeah.
I think if United decides today to say, let him sign the dotted lines, I don't think I'll have any problem with that.
And as well, I don't think he's going to be demanding so much in terms of his wages. He looks like a cool guy. Yeah, he understands his worth, but it would not go over the top to start whining about this. First of all, he's a guy who, to me, he communicates to me like he just basically lost the club, more than many of the decisions and that he has to take that would be more on the sentimental or even selfish part for himself. But if Man United could get in a Johnny Evans as a last season, even when things started to take it in terms of it's absolutely no-brainer that they don't give Maguire a contract.
Okay, 090-41,089, 090-44,089. You might have your problems with Maguire, but footballing ability is not one of them. We all have that moment in our lives where you won't be at your best, and one way or the other you're expected to find it again and come back to who you used to be. I think we have that problem with Harry Maguire. At some point we had that problem with him, but yeah, he's been able to come back, and he's just making sure he gives his best. I remember the United run to the Europa League final. A couple of times he had to build them out of it. When they are looking for goals, that's when Amorim will push him high up the pitch, and then he will build them out.
And he's dependable.
Yes, he is. Was unlucky in the Europa League final. He was the guy who scored the winner at Anfield, and in some other places where he's been, you know, rock solid for United in the back line. Again, let's not forget he joined United in 2018. He's at 32 now. 2019 was when he joined United. That's some 7 years ago.
Yes.
He was. He takes 7 years out of his age. He was still 25 when he joined, and so yeah, there were some aspects of his game where you'd say were not fully at the level that was required. But yeah, he's been able to work his way into it, and he was coming from a lowly Leicester to Man United. That in its own also was a huge step up. And again, these are the issues when you raise questions as to how soon players settle into a new environment and how soon they are expected to start delivering. But for Harry Maguire, I think he deserves a new deal. What say you this afternoon? Yes, as our talking point takes a stop right now at Old Trafford. Yes, well, we're talking Harry Maguire of Manchester United. You think he deserves a new deal? You may also disagree to say, oh no, you guys have actually been making him look good. He's not as good as you've been trying to make it. Maybe, of course, the memories of those days when the performances were really bad, that's the memory you still have of him, right? Okay, but let's hear you, whatever your thoughts. Let's take them on the show this afternoon. Football Live on your Champions Down Sports Radio Brother FM. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Okay. Yes, of course, Harry Maguire is the man we're talking about at this time. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
This is Nuruddin, the greatest Manchester United fan on earth, talking.
Go on.
Hello.
Go on.
As for Harry Maguire, I'm looking for the right adjective to describe his personality, but I'll go with a field marshal. He was so solid, really solid. After those mental comforts he had at Manchester United, he came back stronger than ever. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
So currently, as it stands now, if you are doing any Manchester United defense pairing, to be either Harry Maguire or another person. He has cemented his name with Michael Carrick. So, as for me, I would actually love if United could offer him a new contract.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you so much for that one. As the action continues, Nuruddin dropping his thoughts on the show this afternoon. Second 45 about to get started in the game between Bournemouth and Sunderland. Don't forget, Sunderland lead 1-0. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, this is Baba Manu.
What is your name? What is your actual name, please?
Aki is my name. Baba Manu.
Aki, welcome.
Okay. Honestly speaking, Harry Maguire has made his win, and he deserves new contract. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
No, since the return of Carrick, and he has been consistently, so he deserves another contract.
Okay. All right, so thank you so much, Aki, for that one. Yes. Second half is up and running. Bournemouth 0, Sunderland 1. Early kickoff in the Premier League. And yes, in Turkey, 31 minutes on the clock. Okarismo 0, Besiktas 0. Same 31 minutes. Rayo Vallecano against Bilbao. It is goalless. And the Soweto Derby is just kicked off in the PSL. Kaizer Chiefs are taking on Orlando Pirates. Thoughts just flashed my mind. Yeah. That's good. Let's take more of your contributions this afternoon as attention switches to Harry Maguire, a man who's divided opinions a lot of times. where people have said, oh, give him time. Oh, no, you don't give him time when you signed him for £80 million. He's so far proven to be a very loyal servant of Man United. And his contract ends this summer. But the coach of the side has hinted that Maguire will be given a new contract. Though he's yet to sign anything. Again, it will be wise for a guy like Maguire to just, chill and wait for what will happen in the summer, because there is a possibility that Carrick may also not be given the job on a permanent basis, and then he also needs to start on a clean slate with a new coach, and then all these will be questions about what he can do, what he brings to the side. He needs to prove himself to the new coach. His contract will have ended by that time.
Well, I think whether Carrick or whoever, the quality is there. The quality is there. But the way it could probably take a turn would be, okay, maybe they employ a coach who has a different ideology how he wants to play his, game. And even at that, I think elite players would always try that. This is not to say
Maguire plays out to the back. Maguire does
everything. He does everything, except maybe it particularly does. Maybe in terms of pace, I might say he doesn't have that, and the new manager will want to, have runners everywhere. But it doesn't make any sense that you have. It makes it better that you have two center backs who are pacey. But the truth is, why should you, if you are that good, why should you need everybody to be pacey at the same time?
Yeah,
it could be counterproductive, and in terms of translating to what the boys want to play according to the pattern. I do not know, but I think it will now maybe just share preference. It might possibly like a more youthful team than having some of the old guys around. The Euros in the team, probably would prefer him over a 32-year-old Maguire or even Eden Heaven. Yeah, some of these guys will need a lot of experience. Eden Heaven has that talent 100%, but the truth is sometimes some coaches just like to work with younger players who have fresher minds to absorb some of these things so that they can. But again, I think at this stage where Manchester United are, I think it will be not exactly wise, to go that route, because of where they're currently coming from, where they are now. I think it will set them back to want to go that line again. Okay,
of course, considering where United are coming from, it will be unfair to make such change at this point in time. David Brooks gets substituted for Evan Nielsen, so yes, he plays up top with a Krupi in this game right now, and yes, they go in for two attackers line. Yes, two strikers up top in the game as they chase it 1-0 against the visiting Sunderland. Let's let you know that Orlando Pirates have taken the lead against the Kaiser Chiefs. Yes, they have taken the lead in that game. 1-0 it is. Orlando Pirates already in front as far as that fixture is concerned. And for Bournemouth themselves, yes, they are definitely in the game, asking all the questions and hoping that they could possibly find an answer. It is 50 minutes on the clock already in that game. If we, of course, go to Turkey, 35 minutes on the clock, it is still goalless, no goals recorded right there. And yes, in Spain, yes, Rayo Vallecano against Bilbao, yes, action right there. And Rayo thought they had the ball in the back of the net, but it doesn't count in this case. Would there be a review by the VAR to see what's happening there? Just maybe. Let's wait and see if that will happen. But yes, it looks like play is going to continue if that is not given as a foul. So yes, early days in that game still. First half, of course, after 36 minutes. But VAR is definitely checking out that goal right now. We would know for certain if the goal will stand or if, yes, play will continue and the goal will be ruled out. Yes, we're talking Harry Maguire and his performance for United. The coach has said, well, we want to give him a contract extension for him to stay. He's an important player for us. The goal has been given. Rayo Vallecano are in front. Yes, they have taken the lead against Bilbao. Goal has been given in the La Liga. Yes, it is 1-0. The home team already in front in this fixture. So yes, Harry Maguire, you think United should give him an extension, or no, count their losses and say, thank you. You came, you saw, you tried. Let's look at someone outside of. Let's look at someone outside and try to bring on that quality and give ourselves that person to stay in the team rather than sign you. No, let's go for someone else completely. Hello. Sports Radio. Yes, it is Football Live. And of course, let's let you know that Rayo Vallecano, yes, they have taken the lead in that game after VAR check. Yes, it is De Frutos who has put the ball in the back of the net. That was the man who, of course, tormented Real Madrid a couple of weeks back in another fixture. Okay, yes, they are in front against Bilbao, 1-0. Second half in the Premier League game between Bournemouth and Sunderland. Yes, Bournemouth have made the sort of changes that has seen them trying to affect the game as quickly as possible, but they are yet to make any breakthrough in the game. Yes, Evan Nielsen has not been given the chance to have as many touches as possible in that area. Let's go to Vitebsk. Yes, they lead 2-0 against Niemann in that game in the Super Cup in Belarus. I can tell you that in Azerbaijan, yes, Gabala have pulled level against Kavan. 37 minutes, it is 1-1 in that game. And let's go to the championship where Derby County, yes, they trail at home to Papon Rovers 1-0. Leicester City against Norwich is goalless, and Portsmouth against Hull City is also a goalless in that fixture. Okay, yes, but we're talking Maguire. Hello. Get the comments coming in as well. This one here says, good afternoon, VQ and Joseph. I'm Michael from Jacondi. Harry Maguire should be rewarded with a new 2-year deal at least. He's been a leader of that defense together with Martinez. They both look, unplayable for the recent months. And yes, his experience is also needed to build the young defenders who will be playing in some games when he's not fit or rested. Yes, it will surely be a good one. Yes, Michael from Jacondi right there. Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, this is Nuruddin calling back.
Nuruddin, you've had a say on this topic already, please. You've had a say on this topic. Just let others contribute. Yes, you've had a say on this particular topic. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
My way is
Don't be in a hurry. Tell us your name and let's communicate. It's easy. Hello, good afternoon.
Victor and Joseph.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
Yeah, I'm Samuel.
Okay, Samuel, welcome.
Maguire, I think he deserves an extension. He earned it because he has endured terrible times with some of the managers like Ten Hag and Amorim. They didn't play him. So as if he was not doing well when they were there. He's a good player. He has served United. And the issue now is that who knows the next manager that will come in, if that manager will also, use Maguire as his preferred choice. So, considering what he has done under this new manager, Michael Carrick, I believe he has ended. They should extend his contract. The experience of Maguire is needed, and for the past 6 games that Carrick has managed, at least we saw that solidity in that defense. So he has been trying to, put the defense line together. So that experience matters a lot. So they should give him a contract, and they now wait for the new manager, because from our indication, I don't think Michael Carrick will continue after this season. So let's see how it goes. But Maguire should be given a contract so that he will continue doing what he's doing at Manchester United.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for that one, Samuel. Yes, it is still Football Live. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Victor and Joseph.
Welcome.
Yeah, this is Osita from Monitor.
Osita, welcome.
Yeah. About Maguire. I believe that Maguire has served Man United enough. And he's a very passionate player. He has that love and zeal for Man United, to play for Man United. So if I'm to stay, he should be given a new contract. Somebody said 3 years. Due to his age, he's okay. 2 years is okay. Let's remember, if this guy does not have that love for Manchester United, he will not be in Manchester United. Not to talk about the criticism, even the threat to his life and his family when he was having those bonanza or rampage of own goal. You understand? Even the fans were against him. There were so many threats, but he still remained dedicated to Man United and find his footing back. So what we should consider in giving anybody the job is the love the person has for that job. So for me, the passion he has for Man United and to play for Man United, he should be awarded another contract. He has really tried. His education, cannot be, underestimated. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much for that one this afternoon, Osita. Yes, on the show. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you. Yes, welcome.
Nami that they call Mr. Controversial.
You don't have a real name of your own?
My name is Ubong.
Ubong?
Yeah, for the Harry Maguire. So, the 2019, the guy worked up for Man U, and he do well. So I think they should give him a extended contract. I say like 2 or 3 years. Then because he's a good player with the Martinez step, 2 of them, then they work for that Man U, that they do well. So let them be back up for that defense for Man U, so that they do well. They should extend their contract with stuff like that. Bye.
All right, thank you for that one, says Mr. Controversial. Once somebody can argue, you see yourself as controversial, I mean, it's not your ability to argue. You probably go to the view center, you have the loudest voice. Everybody says yes, you say no. Everybody's going in this direction, you're going. That's honestly, I don't have the energy for that. I honestly don't have the energy for that. But if I have to take something from the devil, I will. If I have to confront any situation, I will. But I can ignore you for 1,000 years. I will just be laughing over things. But the day when I tell you so I know the guy, just grill because you yourself no call it. But yeah, I don't really have the strength to. You don't watch the ball finish, Abi. Even if you don't agree, everybody go out. Say they're not going to replay the match. They're not going to replay. Since I knew that years ago, I have decided to just walk away from things I cannot change. Tyler Adam, Joseph, what's going on in that game? It looks like he stepped on the ankle of Granit Xhaka there. Yeah, it looks as if it's going to be a red card. The referee had, the referee had, called for backup for, at the VAR, and I think it looked as if nothing is going to happen here. Yeah, it looked as if Xhaka probably play acted. He sort of blew it out of proportion. Stepped on him missing the ball, no doubt. Yes. But Xhaka's reaction was way over the top. Yes, okay, the game has resumed. The game has continued, I mean. Not even a yellow card. No yellows. Nothing. Just. I think it should have gotten a yellow card for reckless. Yeah, dangerous play actually. That was reckless, to be honest. Not a red card. Because he didn't win the ball and then he went for the player's legs. That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. But yeah, 60 minutes on the clock. Sunderland looks like they want to come out of that place. 3 losses in a row. They want to come out of that place. For Bournemouth, who we said might do mid-table this season, this is one of those games you want to prove yourself as much as possible. They've lost about 28 points from winning positions before. So before, yeah, in the course of this season. But I think going by how they've played, particularly this game, I think
it looks as if they are
19 points actually. 19 points, 28% of the winning positions they've been in so far this season.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
And anyway, I think with how they've played so far this game, I think they have a goal in them. That is not to say they would eventually score, but Sunderland sometimes defensively they've been rather suspect. And in fact, I think the rest of what they've been trying to do in the last 10 minutes is just to try to play out the game and try to kill the pressure, the momentum Bournemouth have been building. And the fact is, Bournemouth on the other, Sunderland on the other hand have had opportunities of increasing their league. Okay, the man is out, Tyler Adams, just for, I don't know,
safety,
probably for safety. So I think they're just trying
Christie comes on.
Yeah, Sunderland just trying to basically kill the momentum and try as much as possible to slow the game down, the tempo of the game down. But I think for me, Sunderland have not done quite enough. Particularly, you could tell they are missing it quite, in terms of quality up front. They've had some opportunities that feel, one-on-one should have basically, capitalized upon, and they just were not able to do it. And I think it is a kind of game that, Bournemouth should be taking, with more, I don't know, they just seem to, most times not as if they're not playing well, but the fact is they don't just, put the ball at the back of the net, they don't kill games off. And, sometimes you just get some of those funny moments where you feel what is going on. And I think, Sunderland just had to take their chance when it came. And, that's, the story of this game so far. And to be honest, I probably believe Bournemouth would, find a way back into this game. If Sunderland are not, better in terms of their solid, in terms of their defensive shape, which I think has been quite leaky in the past. 5 minutes ago, 10, 20 minutes now, they've somehow been able to pluck some of them, but somehow Bournemouth are just trying to, find a way around it. And I think with the way they've been going, maybe it will stretch up onto the 85th minute or so before they get, probably get the hang of it. But so far, they've not exactly been doing so much, but they've definitely been knocking.
Okay, let's see if the doors will be open to them. Of course, it may not take long now. Woohoo! Right. It is 1-1. Yes, it is 1-1. Evan Nielsen off the bench, and yes, he's just made it 1-1 for the side. And yes, for all the pressure they've actually been putting on the opponents, yes, the pressure is finally they've given into the pressure, and a good leveler for them. There's still time enough for them to win this game, possibly.
Yeah, there's still time. I think, just as I said earlier, it looks as if they somehow plugged some, holes in the way they defended, the numbers behind, and even the organization in total. But Bournemouth were looking at trying things from diagonal passes from the middle of the park. So it's not about them trying to play from the back, just get the ball into the wide area. Sometimes they come middle, but yeah, a few more times they've actually come from the wing. And there's, the reason why they've gotten their goals off of the same pattern of attack, get to the wings, early crosses in, and late runs into the box, and you're getting the collar back, the back post, and that's how basically they've got the equalizer. I think few more times like this, it feels as if Sunderland are having its difficult defending this sort of crosses, early crosses and late runs in. You understand that they like to. Meanwhile the ball will be subjected to VAR because it feels as if. But I don't think this is a handball. Just below his shoulders. Anyway, I don't know if they'll be able to, find a way back in terms of, getting back that organization in their defense. They are struggling to, they've got tall defenders, but again, it's just the moments when they need to, get the ball, get at the ball, and just basically, kill it off. They've not been able to do that. But let's just see how it pans out.
Okay, of course, a VAR check right there. And that goal may be ruled out. Looks like it stands.
Yes,
goal stands. Goal stands. Goal given. It is 1-1 right there. Of course, the guys are starting afresh again. In League One, it is Leyton Orient 1, Barnsley 3, Northampton 1, Peterborough 1. And in the Soweto Derby, Kaizer Chiefs trail against Orlando Pirates by 1-0. Rayo Vallecano lead at halftime, 1-0. And in Turkey, it is halftime. Kocaelispor against Besiktas. That game is goalless. Yes, no goals recorded in that fixture right there, as it is halftime. There's been only one corner kick in that game, and that is the story as we speak. Okay, Let's let you know that Niemann have pulled one back against Vitebsk. It is 2-1 in that game. Gabala against Karvan. It is 1-1, 45 minutes plus 5 minutes played. It is 1-1 right there as, yes, the two teams are still doing their best, trying to dig if they could salvage something out of this game as it stands. Let's go and let you know that Karata Mati against Tobol. It is 90 minutes. Tobol have just scored to make it 2-2 in that game as well. And yes, looking at action elsewhere, yes, the championship, I can tell you that Derby County have made it 1-1 against the Blackburn Rovers. It is still goalless between Leicester and Norwich City, and Portsmouth against Hull City is also goalless in that game. And yes, reports from across the grounds reaching you right here on Football Live. 090-41,089, 090-44,089. Yes, the numbers to call on the show, yes, to be a part of Football Live. So yes, we're looking at Harry Maguire, and yes, if you think he's done enough, yes, if United should offer him a new deal, or if you think, okay, it's time for them to say, thank you so much, you've done well, have a good one, and see you, all the best for the future. Yes, you think Harry Maguire should be given a new contract, like the coach has hinted, or you think, well, they can call it a wrap and say, oh, it was nice doing business with you, it was fun while it lasted, but thank you so much, Harry, all the best for the future. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon.
My name is Michael from Bluff.
Okay, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. All right, thank you so much for your contribution. Let's take some of the messages on WhatsApp right here. This one says, good afternoon, my name is Bright. Harry's okay. I believe Man United is his problem. I like watching him play for England, but I don't agree with some of your statements. I don't know about Real Madrid, but Maguire is better than Kobasi. Like, he's not better than Kobasi. Which Kobasi? Which Kobasi? Has he had any highlights this season? That Kobasi of last season will break out to everybody they applaud. Arojo cannot lace Maguire's boot. You don't have to agree with me. Watch football. Yes. Watch. Just watch it. Just watch football. Which Arojo, who has cost Barcelona how many points, to the point that they now play Eric Garcia there. Now what for you? His blunders are legendary for an experienced defender. Of course, but he has bailed himself out of it a lot of times also. I mean, blunders are not bad, but you will not say Maguire does not rise to the occasion. He does that a lot, and if a player is consistent with that, he could help you forget his blunders. Kajetan from Anambra says, good afternoon, good day, Joseph and Victor. Yes, Victor and Joseph. He says, despite all the backlash from Man United fans and some coaches on Maguire, he still stood his ground and remains the best defender in the club in the past 2 seasons. So he deserves a contract extension from Man United, and the younger ones can learn from him before he leaves finally. Happy weekend, guys. Kajetan, happy weekend to you as well. Hope you're having a good one. Yes, we are live on Football Live and definitely having a fantastic weekend. Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you. Emmanuel, I heard your name, but please do well to speak up. Hello? Emmanuel, please, I could not hear you. Do well to speak up. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, Victor, my brother.
Good afternoon to you. Afternoon.
Yeah. Joseph, I agree to you.
I hear you.
Are you education officer? Not the year my language now. You say, often know that go see another thing. You say it's fine. My name is Adi Abusa. Also known as Basuna President of Kobioko.
Okay.
I never need to honor any two. I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Harry Maguire, since when he play for Man U, win any Premier League?
No, not Premier League. But you don't win something.
Yes, it's Naibu now. What is they go think for there? Guamoku, Kana, Noeti. He said, tell me what may I hear from my ear. So, that's the way they win Premier League for Man U. Now they go honor. They no go honor. When they supposed to do Harry Maguire, they go flog that. You know they win Premier League for Leicester City. True or false?
No, you know win Premier League.
Even for Leicester
if you know
now West Morgan winner man Robert Hood.
I don't know. So you know deserve anything. What is deserve now 12 players strong. This is Koboko, not the case, pass Koboko, because the equivalent of him, which is praise Adon, hallelujah. What is deserve now Koboko, flog at 12, or not win anything for Mayu to deserve with honor. No honor. And that guy pull Mayu for 14, 13, 12, 7, 8, I had my brother don't do abomination for Mayu. Can you put your brother for abomination, which is abominica? He do for Mayu, you don't deserve anything. Thank you very much, my brother. You well as
thank you. You see this particular color? You carry us going, we don't know. 1-1 the score line in the game between Bournemouth and Sunderland. In the meantime, yes, the lineup for the 4 p.m. kickoffs. Yes, those games. Burnley will take on Brentford. Liverpool are home to West Ham, and Newcastle will host Everton. In those games, 3 p.m. it is. At 3:30, of course, action will kick off, as there will be 4 games kicking off in the Bundesliga. Hoffenheim will play St. Pauli. It will be the same time where Werder Bremen will take on Heidenheim. I can tell you that Bayer Leverkusen will be home to Mainz, and Borussia Mönchengladbach will take on Union Berlin. Yes, it's still Football Live, your Champion Star Sports Radio Brunei FM. And yes, the man Harry Maguire. It's the man we're talking about today on the show at this point in time. Of course, we've had other talking points. The coach has hinted that he thinks Maguire will be offered a new contract. And yes, that's exactly what we're talking about at this time. In Sven Kuppen, Sandval against Ellsberg, just getting started. But the AIK won against Oddevold by 3-0. City have taken the lead against Portsmouth, and Norwich, of course, have gone ahead against Leicester City in the Championship. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, this is Richard calling from Amazon.
Okay, welcome.
Yeah, to Maguire. In my own opinion, even if I thought he should start a contract extension, I don't think it should more than a year or two, considering his age. And look at the Maguire games, and the legs are no more there. This is no more, it's not that Maguire before. Now, I think he's going to have trust because the legs are no more there, considering the age.
Okay. All right, thank you. Says it's not the Maguire we all used to know. His game. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
This is George, the President Chairman.
George, welcome.
So the issue of Harry Maguire. I think Harry Maguire is never a bad player at all.
Okay.
Harry Maguire, I think, is a leader, not only in defense, but even in the entire team. So I think somebody like Harry Maguire deserves, let's say, 1 year contract, then maybe with an option for another one.
The guy is never a bad player at all. And that is goal-scoring prowess. I so much like him. The guy have ginger, seriously. So he deserves new contract. And I heard somebody saying whether Kubasi can only be compared with somebody like Lenio. They should never be compared with Mako. Is no made at all. So I think he deserves new contract. That's all I want to say.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Well, that was just my opinion. I mean, I do not think he's as good as Maguire. Not even the experience. He's promising, no doubt. I mean, Maguire probably wasn't playing at Kobasi's age and playing top flight football for a big club. I understand that. You see this? It is not to run out with the ball out of the back and under pressure you can still pass and play. It is to properly defend. Juventus are moving, yes, they are moving swiftly to secure its long-term future under Luciano Spalletti, despite a period of mixed results on the pitch. The hierarchy in Turin has seen enough to double down on the former Italy national team head coach. The decision to back Spalletti comes at a pivotal moment for the club. While the Scudetto race may have proved and provided some frustrations lately, the board views the tactician as the fundamental piece for the Juventus future. Yes, they were knocked out of the Champions League in midweek by Galatasaray, but they fought gallantly even with a man down until they considered a late goal, a Victor Osimhen late goal in extra time to officially knock them out of the competition, to weaken them before a final goal was scored that officially knocked them out of the competition 7-5 on aggregate. Negotiations have reportedly been going on for several weeks, with the club's hierarchy determined to tie the former national team coach down and ensure he remains the face of the project. Are Juve right to offer Spalletti a new deal? Looking at where they've been, looking at what they have faced in the last couple of days, a new deal for Spalletti. We talked about how these coaches in the Serie A is just mostly a rotation they do these days. If you're fired at Roma, there's a chance Inter could call you. If you're fired at Juve, you might be heading to Napoli next, and you could pop up at another place and just, you know, AC Milan could call. I mean, Allegri's been almost everywhere now, and he's back to AC Milan. He's been he's been in a couple of places, and he's back to AC Milan now. Spalletti is the one who has moved from Napoli to the national team, and now he's at Juventus. And then Christian Kivu, of course, left Parma. That's because the other man who's been holding Inter together has moved to Saudi Arabia, and it's just been movement here and there, and you are not here, you could pop out elsewhere. Spalletti, with the quality of what we have seen under him, has he brought in any level of stability for the club to be considering him to be the face of the project and the man to take them to the next level?
I think bringing him on and saying, okay, this is a project, is identified that there's a need for a reset in Juve. I think in the past couple of seasons they've not exactly been up to it. Yeah, last season they were fourth, and I think it is important that they just look to the future. I mean, for somebody who has won the league title before, he's won the league title with almost nothing. Yes, he had to take some big pockets of the Laurentiis for him to make it happen. Case in point, the transfers that they had to do, but he did not particularly do too much. And for Juventus, on the other hand, I think you look at how they've been. Before he came in, there was basically no promise, and it was just looking a tad gloomy right in Juve. And now, I don't think the recency bias of that game against Galatasaray is enough. Yes, they did well, but they didn't complete the job. So this is also not to say Spalletti is not somebody to be trusted with, a project. I think
Okay, well, Sunderland, they found the back of the net, but the player was offside. That would have been a dagger to the heart. 82 minutes, you're scoring a goal. Alderete, yes, Gertruida, the man who scored that one. But yes, marginally.
Should be subjected
to check. Gertruida was not the one who was offside. I don't think he was offside when that cross came in. But usually when it is the linesman who flags it, VAR hardly checks. But there just might be a check in this case because that could be the difference. All of a sudden, the pressure has gone back to Bournemouth, who are trying to see out the game, and Sunderland are definitely getting in those areas now. But yes, not checked. Game will continue. It was offside, was seen by the linesman in real time, and the flag was up. They usually do not go to check all of that in situations where you have the flag up. But yes, you were saying, irrespective of what he's been able to achieve with this team, bringing a bit of stability after Tudor was told to go.
Yeah.
Let's not forget they started this journey with what's the guy who came from their former player. What's that defensive midfielder name again now? Who was later given the job? He used to be at the one who left before Tudor came. He was the coach of Calafiori and Zegzi. What's this club that he was in charge of? Oh, I've forgotten. Please forgive me.
Bologna.
It was Bologna. Yeah, it was Bologna. And you have situations like that, and everybody was like, "Oh, bring him back to Juve. He's the man to handle the Juventus job and get the job done, and all that." He went to Juventus, didn't quite do the job, got fired. Tudor was told to take over. Tudor did his best, continued, and then things didn't end well. Tudor was told to leave, and then he left, and we're stuck in a place where we're still going back and forth as to. Then Spalletti has come in. It looks like play has improved.
Thiago Motta.
Yeah, Thiago Motta, thank you. And play has improved. Maybe overall we'll see a situation where by next season, depending on the recruitments they are able to make in the summer, we might see them compete for the Scudetto. Because again, you look at the quality of what's in the Inter side. I think Inter are just stacked up in some certain areas, especially in the attack, more than any other team in that league, and you see why they have quality in that area and why they tend to outscore you and then do well in those games. But overall, I think it's not far from what Juve should be doing as from next season if they get their recruitment right. Since Dusan Vlahovic, they have experimented with Kolomoani and a few other names here and there. But yes, they have also been able to unearth some really good quality guys. Weston McKennie has just signed an extension. Top player for them.
He was almost out of the team.
Yes, he was almost out of the team. Under Spalletti, he's a different player entirely now. Yildiz is taking on more responsibilities and is pretty much doing good as far as that one is concerned. Manuel Locatelli, fantastic leader right now. Bremer is just coming back from an injury. I think these are areas they need to improve on, get some quality in place and see how things would look for them. And if they're able to do all of that, then we can begin to talk of, they competing next season. I think they are not far from. Yes. They are not far from it, but they just need to address some certain areas and then get started on a good note and see where it takes them. Unfortunately, they're also out of the Champions League, where they probably should have been able to earn more money to be able to bring in players and then see how far they can go. But it's not looking good, in all honesty. And I think that they have to address some of these things. Dusan Vlahovic, I'm not sure what happened. All of a sudden, it looks like he's going to walk away in the summer now and probably go on elsewhere.
Yeah, there were reports that, clubs were looking for him, I think, past summer. But the point of contention at that time was the fact that, okay, is he even good enough? I mean, you look at his returns, it's not exactly been the one you'd expect, from a big money signing. And the fact that you also look at his injury records, not particularly, very good, whoever wants to invest in, the guy. But the truth is, they basically need it's going to eventually work out, because now there are reports that he wants to, pick Barcelona as the destination. I mean, Barcelona are looking to divest from Robert Lewandowski. He's done everything he could, possibly could, and is one stop for them. But you're looking at, from the angle of Juventus, I think they need somebody who will be there to, not just, just show up, but they need a regular goal scorer. I think you can't always depend on the likes of Kenan Yildiz and even Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie has built them out quite a number of times this season. And, they just need to. Lois Openda, it has been a failed investment from the team. And I don't know. I'm not sure I'm hopeful that he'll be able to turn it around. But I think if these guys, all of them come together at the same time in terms of fitness, I think Spalletti will be winning games really comfortably, because that's, some quality in that Juve, in that Juve team. So, but let's just see how it goes. But I think it should be, for the coach Spalletti, he has to be, properly backed.
Okay. Besiktas have taken the lead, 1-0. Yes, in the game against Kocaelispor. 53 minutes on the clock at the start of the second 45. Besiktas have taken the lead in that game. Yes, Emmanuel Agbadu is the scorer. Yes, is the scorer. The defender has put them ahead. Let's let you know that Wilfred Ndidi is in the starting lineup in that game. And 43 minutes on the clock. Kaizer Chiefs and nil. Orlando Pirates 2. Yes, Orlando Pirates 2 in that game. And Athletic Bilbao have a pooled level against Rayo Vallecano. It is 1-1 right now in that game. And from 2 goals down, Neyman have come back in the game against Vitebsk. It is 2-2 right now, 88 minutes on the clock in the Belarusian Super League right there. Gabala against Kavan is still 1-1. And yes, I can tell you that Lecce have taken the lead ahead of Como in the Italian Serie A. Yes, Koulibaly has, Lassana Koulibaly has found the back of the net, putting Lecce ahead, the away team in this game. 2 shots, 2 on target, and yes, boom, they are in front against Como. It is 1-0 right there as action continues, of course, in that center. Okay, yes, 89 minutes. Yes, 89 minutes. Bournemouth against Sunderland in that game. And I can tell you it is 1-1 right now. The two teams are definitely giving it their all. Will there be a goal to wrap things up in this situation? Or would it, of course, just go this way? And let's see if anything else will happen that could flip this game and give it a different touch completely as far as action is concerned. In Croatia, Osijek against Vukova. It is goalless after 15 minutes. Yes, it is goalless right there in that fixture. And yes, we, of course, will be here to serve you all about this football all the way. Yes, on a weekend like this. And you can trust us to bring you all the action on Football Live, as we are already definitely taking you closer to the action. Spalletti is the man we're talking about at this moment in time. Yes, you think Luciano Spalletti should be backed. You think he should be backed to take Juventus to the next level. You think he should be giving all the necessary support. Some have argued that on the strength of what we have seen in the Champions League and in the league this season, do not trust him to continue. Yes, those who have argued in the Italian press, those who have written think pieces about Luciano Spalletti to say that, oh, we don't think he's that man. Yes, he comes in with a very calm aura. He can help the players to settle in. But we do not believe that he's going to be that man that changes everything for this team and take us to the next level. Yes, he says Juventus should not trust the man. But yes, what do you say? Luciano Spalletti, a man to continue right there? You think he should be backed to continue with Juventus? Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome.
This is Nuruddin.
This is who?
Nuruddin.
Nuruddin, welcome.
The greatest Manchester United fan. As for Spalletti, I feel he has actually done a great job. Let's cite an individual, Pierre Kalulu, if you know him. Pierre Kalulu has turned is pissed in that Joey defense. I just read an article which says that United are actually after him. And Weston McKennie, under Igor Sudo and Thiago Motta, he struggled for game time. But under Spalletti, Weston McKennie's situations like that of Kobe Mainoo. But so far so good. I think he has done a great job, Spalletti. So if I was Juventus, I'll give him the job.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nuruddin, for that one. He says if he were Juve, he thinks the man has done enough and should therefore be given the job. 92 minutes on the clock. 8 minutes were added. It is Bournemouth 1, Sunderland 1. You hear Bournemouth a lot of places now. Them, same people. "17 minutes on the clock." Yes, Lecce, they lead away at Como. 1-0. And at halftime, Kaiser Chiefs 0, Orlando Pirates 2. Came really close to getting something right there. Talking about Bournemouth. Well, yes, they were unable to. Daniel Ballard was lucky there. There's been 9 corner kicks in the game, 6 for the home side Bournemouth and 3 for Sunderland. Let's let you know that Como have pulled level 1-1 against Lecce. Obviously didn't let that last long. Pulling an equalizer. Duvikas, the scorer, 5 minutes after they conceded in the game. It is 1-1 as they back on level terms. In the championship, Norwich lead 2-0 away against Leicester City. Derby County lead 3-1 against Blackburn Rovers. It is Portsmouth 0, Hull City 1. I'm texting you guys right away. Go check it out. I warned you about the championship. Guys, I told you. Aha. Let's go to the lineups of games that we have coming up. As far as fixtures right here are concerned, let's go to Burnley, who host Brentford. Burnley boss Scott Parker makes 3 changes following their 1-0 draw against Chelsea. Lucas Perez, James Ward-Prowse, as well as Jacob Brun. Yes, Jacob Brun-Larsen. They start as Leslie Ugochukwu and Kyle Walker drop to the bench. Marcus Edwards, of course, misses out completely. Dubravka in goals. It is a 3-man backline of Steve, Humphreys, and Worrell. In the middle, you have 4 there with Laurent, Ward-Prowse, Meshbury, and Lucas Perez. Of course, you have Ron Larson and Anthony playing right behind Fleming, who leads the attack for the time. On the bench, Vice, Walker, Atman, Ugochukwu, Foster, Florentino, Shona, Ekdal, and Barnes. They take on a Brentford side where boss Keith Andrews makes 5 changes to the 2-0 defeat by Brighton. Yes, Michael Coyote returns from injury to take Aaron Hickey's place, while of course Hakan Valdimarsson returns and replaces Carmen Kelleher. In goal, Mikkel Damsgaard, Johan Jemeluk, as well as Steven Shada also return for the Bees in the starting lineup in this game. Wildamerson in goal. Coyote, Aya, Vandenberg, and Rico Henry are the 4 in defense. You have Yamaluika and Jensen in front of the back 4. Watara, Damsgaard, and Shada. Yes, they play right behind the Igor Thiago, who leads the attacker for the side in this fixture. Wacom, Pinnock, Anderson, Collins, Luis Porter, Donovan, Furo, as well as Bent and Shield. These are the other guys on the bench. Joseph, take us to the Super Falcons of Nigeria. They've got a game today. They take on the Indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon. Joseph, what does the lineup look like for the Super Falcons of Nigeria?
Yes, the Super Falcons are in action today. Yes, in fact, today in action against Cameroon in the first leg of the particular, like say, WAFCON pre-WAFCON turn-up game and tune-up game. And yeah, maybe some faces I've seen, so, but let us give you the first 11 before anything else. Newcomer Irabo starts and goal for the Super Falcons. Gives Monday, Ogbonna, Uchebe, Babajide. Echegini is also in action, but I mean, surprisingly, Okobi, yes, Okobi is in action. Okobi Ekeogene, she starts. Dimeyin, Jibade, Isa, and of course Oladipo. So it's a blend of new faces. I think, yeah, NWFL, only one NWFL player in there, and of course the regular guys. So yeah, particularly you might want to note that some of the differences are not quite plenty. But Okobi Ekeogene, who has been pretty much controversial in terms of invitation into the team. Yes, she starts.
Yeah, I think it makes sense for her to start. I mean, that way we'll be able to see what she can offer and evaluate her performance. And yeah, that's the only way we can say, okay, you've shown us enough for us to say, okay, her invitation is justified. So yeah, fair enough. I have no problems with that.
Anyway, Irabo is the new lady from is that Portsmouth?
Yeah,
Comfort Irabo from Portsmouth women. Yes, makes the start ahead of the goalkeeper.
Chiamaka
Nnadozie.
So Irabo starts.
Yeah, I just think it's just again, it's a tune-up. It's a friendly. Nothing much to in terms of stake attached to this one.
We're 17 days to the kickoff of the WAFCON. Ignore the rumors you've been hearing until CAF says anything in that regard. Ignore the rumors you've been hearing about the competition getting cancelled and all of that. So wait for CAF to confirm anything. Any other rumor, when CAF is a credible source, is fake news. Okay, it's fake news. Let's wait for what CAF would eventually say, and then we can decide from there. For 17 days to the kickoff of that competition, even Morocco, who are supposed to be the host, they are in camp.
They had a friendly.
They had a friendly yesterday where they defeated Burkina Faso by 5-0. So what are they preparing for if they themselves are not going to, are not looking to play in the competition? So I think that's just what we can tell you at this point in time. 17 days to the competition, the coach probably has an idea of those who are going to play in his team.
Obviously.
So if they are not starting, I don't think it's anything. He needs to see what he wants to see, and that's fine. Arne Slot makes one change for Liverpool with Joe Gomez starting at right back for the side. Yes, Joe Gomez starts at right back for Liverpool in this game against West Ham United. Yes, you sure want to know about all of this and lots more. We will tell you as we take you closer to the action. Yes, action, of course, right there at Anfield, where Liverpool will be home they'll be home to West Ham United. So, yes, Curtis Jones dropping to the bench in this game. Alisson is the man in goal. It is Gomez, yes, who starts in defense. Yes, Gomez starts in defense alongside Konate and Van Dijk in this particular game. Yes, in this game, I can tell you that most definitely, yes, it is all of these guys that you have for the side. And yes, they are ready. They are ready. Pretty soon, of course, we will take you to where action is going down. Yes, and Kerkesh, by the way, is the fourth man in a back four line right there. Gravenberg and McAllister are the two in front of the back four. It is Salah, Joboslai, as well as Cody Gakpo, who play right behind Ugo Ikechike, who leads the attacker for this Liverpool side. And yes, on the Liverpool bench is Mamadashvili. Yes, Woodman is there. So is Chiesa, Jones, Robertson, Frimpong, as well as Nyoni, Ramsey, and Ungomoha. Yes, these are the guys in this game. Let's go to the side they play against West Ham United. Nuno Espirito Santo names an unchanged West Ham side from the 11 that drew against Bournemouth last week. So yes, Hermansen is the man in goal. It is a back four of Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos and Desasi alongside El Haj Malik Diouf. Yes, in this game. Bowen, Magasa, I beg your pardon, as well as Souček, Matheus Fernandes, and yes, Crescencio Somerville are the five guys in the middle with Castellanos, yes, the only man leading the attack in this game for West Ham United. Ariola is on the bench, and yes, you have Walker Peters on the bench as well. Kilman is there, so is Wilson, Adama Traore, and yes, you have Jean-Claire Todibo. Yes, Carls is there as well. Kante is on the bench, and Myers is right there as well. Joseph, a lot has been going on in the game between Bournemouth and Sunderland. 8 minutes were added. We're in 101 minutes right now, 102 minutes fast counting down already. What's been happening?
Yeah, Bournemouth continue to knock, and it feels as if there is ever going to be a goal, even in this...
it just might go their way.
Yes, it might go their way because they have a corner kick at this point in time, and the reason why they are playing more longer than the minimum required of 8 minutes is the fact that there's been a lot of tussle, especially in the box, where they need to take the corner kicks multiple times, not just this time, and of course so many calls as well. So I guess the few moments will get to the end of this game, but it's been Bournemouth all the way, and they've been pressing and pressing and pressing. But that corner kick have resulted to nothing, and so now he's had. Okay, it's finally over now. It's finally over. He was not able to capitalize on the final piece of action because it was just about turning and he hit the ball and it went just out
of play.
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's all that is coming in from that game right now. It is full time, 1-1 the scoreline in the early kickoff of action in the English Premier League. Let's go to Newcastle at St. James's Park. Anthony Gordon starts against his former club as Newcastle United make 6 changes for the visit of Everton. Gordon, Nick Pope, Malik Thiaw, Lewis Hall, Jacob Ramsey, and Anthony Elanga all have been recalled, following the side's 3-2 win over Karabakh earlier this week. It remains to be seen whether Gordon is leading the line or if England International, yes, the England International is starting on the left as far as this one is concerned. Nick Pope is the man in goal. Trippier is there in defense alongside Malik Thiaw, Dan Bond, and Lewis Hall. It is midfield 3 of Joelinton, yes, Tonali, as well as Jacob Ramsey. Elanga, Voltemada, and Gordon are the 3 guys in the attack, with Ramsdale on the bench, Sven Botman also there, William Usula also on the bench, Ewan Visa is there as well, not forgetting Harvey Barnes, Jacob Murphy, Joe Willock, yes, Alex Murphy, as well as Shaha. Yes, the guys on the bench in this particular game. They take on an Everton side where Dwight McNeil makes his first appearance since the deadline day move to Crystal Palace collapsed as Everton make 4 changes for the trip to St. James's Park. Everton winger, yes, looked set to leave the club last month, only for his proposed switch to fall through, and he had to remain at the club. McNeil, Jake O'Brien, Vitaly Mikolenko, as well as Beto, all coming into the side following a Monday night's defeat against Man United, and there's a Pickford in goal. O'Brien, Tarkowski, Branthwaite, as well as Mikolenko, a back 4 in Idrissa Ganagay and Ghana, and the 2 guys in front of the back 4. It is Iliman Ndiaye, yes, Dewsbury Hall, yes, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, as well as Dwight McNeil, with, of course, Beto leading the attack for the side. They have, Travers on the bench. Patterson is there, so is Keane, as well as Etienne Obari. Yes, Tyreek George is there. Tyler Diblin is also on the Everton bench. Rawl is there. Timmy Robunam, as well as Armstrong. Yes, the guys they have in this game. And of course, serving you all of that. We talked about Burnley already, and yes, we brought you the lineup alongside the lineup of Brentford, the side they take on in this particular game. So yes, we're counting down to the kickoff of those games in another 27 minutes. Action should get started right there, and yes, we will take you through all that is going on as far as that one is concerned. A late kickoff for tonight. We'll see. We'll see Manchester City travel to Ellen Road where they take on Leeds United in that game. Rayo Vallecano, yes, in the game against Bilbao, 75 minutes, it is still 1-1. And I can tell you that Kokalispor, 72 minutes, they trail 1-0 against Besiktas. Como won, yes, Lecce won in that game. And after the first 4 minutes of action, decided already there's been no goals in the Bundesliga. As, yes, we're still serving you the action. Yes, we're talking Spalletti at this point in time. Yes, had to take you to go check out the lineups across other centers. But yes, we're still talking about the man. Good enough, fit enough, still the man to take them to the next level? Well, they say yes, they want him to remain, and Spalletti should be the man to be the face of the project and balance things out. You must have faith in somebody for you to say that, okay, this person should be the person to take you from point A to point B. While I struggle to see that, I do not kick against the move to have an experienced head like Luciano Spalletti be in charge and lead the team. Okay, yes, I do not think it is totally out of place to have a guy like that be in charge of the team. It is a good one if he's giving the contract extension. He really did a great job at Napoli, and his return to the Serie A football management is what Juventus will take. Of course, would like to make the best use of. Michael from Jakonde, it would be good if he's also giving a long-term project at Juventus. Long-term. Okay, let's see. But I think as far as the Spalletti conversation is concerned, they're almost they're outside the top 4 right now. They need to play themselves back into that place. Secure European football. At least let that serve as a sweetener. Champions League especially. Let that serve as a sweetener to the deal you are going to sign in January. And not just because, yes, you bring stability to the club and you're one of the best managers around. I know that if they do not sign him, there might be regrets in the future. You get a guy like him with what he's been able to do. Maybe if he gets to start the season on a clean slate, things will look different because, of course, they've gone halfway through the season before he came on board. But since he's come on now, I think he's been able to just plug in a few holes here and there. There were games that they were not supposed to lose that they lost. I understand that game against Inter. It made a lot of their fans angry that, oh, Juve should have gone this way, Juve should have done it that way. Again, I think Spalletti is a good coach. And given the current reality of Juventus, I think he's about the best guy they can get on the market right now, who can give them all what they are expecting to get from a manager of his quality, and manage the egos well enough. I think he has the right temperament to help everybody feel comfortable and get the job done. The indication from Wednesday's game was a very good one. In all honesty, 5-2 away from home, and then at the start of the second half, you lost a player who was red carded, and then you went all the way, won that game by 3-0. You probably should have had more goals if the players were clinical enough, especially those in the attack. Jonathan David didn't do anything. Openda fired blanks when he came on. I mean, I feel the strikers let them down on the night, and it didn't work out for them. And, Galatasaray had to go ahead of them and everything that happened. But yes, I think Spalletti, the decision to want to give him a contract extension and have him remain at the club is one I quite agree with. 090-41,889, 090-44,889. Yes, we're looking at Luciano Spalletti and Juventus. Now, the Italian league is another place where there are a lot of questions in terms of how they are falling behind. Just one team in the round of 16 in this competition. Maybe, just maybe, if these guys have done their job, it will be the first time in 16 years that will not have, I think the first time in nearly 20 years that will not have an Italian team in the round of 16. That would have been a difficult one because, of course, Atalanta managed and they scaled through. But looking at what happened in the case between other clubs, Inter getting knocked out by Bodo Glimt, and then you had a situation where other guys did not step up, in cases where it was expected of them to do so, and they were also sent packing from the competition. AC Milan did not even play in the Champions League this year. All of these many questions and what have you. And then now we're asking questions about if these guys can cope. By the way, Como have gone a goal up against Lecce. It is 2-1 right now. Yes, Como lead by 2-1 in that game. Yes, Jesus Rodriguez has scored in the 35th minute to give them a 2-1 lead in that game. 80 minutes on the clock. Rayo Vallecano against the Athletic Club Bilbao. Yes, it is 1-1 right there. And Kokali Sports still trade against Besiktas after 77 minutes. And yes, we're talking Luciano Spalletti at this time. Hello. Please try again. Yes, try again so we can hear you. Because really, where can they go? Where can they go? Juventus. Who can they possibly call upon? They've tried a lot of names. They've tried a lot of names. If you go back to the last 5 years, from when Ronaldo was still there till he left, all the things they have been able to try. I think they've tried and it's not just working. The recruitment that people applauded them for back in the day, they appear to be fluffing their lines with those same recruitments right now. I mean, when you were handing all that money to Aaron Ramsey, I was saying to myself, Una no know the guy. Una know him. And you guys are paying him how much? Weekly? I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but that's a world-class fee. That's a world-class weekly wage you were giving a guy who's just, you know, a squad player. Maybe at best a starter for some team. And did a couple of things until it was not looking good again and they had to tell themselves the truth. I think they have been able to dig themselves out of some certain situations, but they also have to get it right as far as transfers are concerned. Hello, good afternoon. Ooh. Hello, good afternoon. Again, talking about the Super Falcons at this point in time, a lot is expected of Coach Justin Madugu. He's done enough. He's won the competition. Amid all the talk of, he didn't have enough time to prepare the team. He won the WAFCON. And then, of course, he's expected to go back there and defend the crown now. And how much expectation do you think we have going into this? I mean, again, we are defending champions, and I dare say if we had not won the last WAFCON, the preparation would have been watertight and better than what we're having right now. This is just makeshift at best.
I doubt if it's probably going to be better, because this is not like the first time we had it. I mean, what was the preparation before 2022 or even after the 2022 WAFCON? We lost out. I mean, we did not win before 2025. Yeah, I mean, I think it's really not that difficult to see that. Sometimes it just feels as if things are taken with so much levity and not the ideal way. Just how it's almost a tradition. It's almost a norm now that we don't attack things as they come. As a nation, or
we attach importance to them.
Yes, to them as much. And with the way the entire thing was being treated, we didn't have during the last women's international window, we didn't have any friendlies. There were talks about, okay, this one was being organized for them. We've only played what was it now? It was the AFCON qualifiers. Yes, the AFCON qualifiers in Abeokuta. I think one other game before. That's basically all we have, basically this year. And the truth is it doesn't matter how good the Super Falcons are. Sometimes it's going to show, and maybe it would even affect the expectations of would I say fans? Because I mean, to the average fan, is the Super Falcons again. They're always going to deliver. They're always going to do this. They're always going to do that. But to win the entire thing again, I think it will be really difficult. Now there's a World Cup.
It won't be impossible.
Yeah, it will be, obviously. I don't think even when people did not particularly
give him a chance.
With Justin Madugu the last time out, somehow he made it happen. You know, you look at the CV and whatnot. I can understand why people will feel that was valid as well. I mean, you would understand that. Okay, we were pretty much not, the favorites going into that one. We were only favorites because it's Nigeria, and sometimes, particularly, I'm not even talking about the men, particularly for women's football. That name always comes with a lot of expectations, and with how the quality of what we have now. But we have a World Cup qualifiers in this AFCON as well, so we are targeting a semi-final. And in fact, many of the people have been speaking with the former internationals and the coaches, and they were like, the most important thing is the World Cup. However, whatever comes after that, it's fine, whether to play bronze medal match or whether to compete for the title itself. It's a different case. So I think I don't know. You might also say it could possibly add a bit of a pressure, just a little bit of pressure on the more on the team, because they see that this is the World Cup. Can we sacrifice one for another one? Yes, it's still the same path, but the entire focus will be on the World Cup because it is greater. And whether we like it or not, we want to see the Super Falcons at the World Cup, and they feel like it's basically only the Super Falcons in every of the teams that we have that can compete on the continental or even world stage now. So I think you want to look at that. Justin Madugu want to look at that and probably prioritize the World Cup. So I think for me, the way we've not prepared enough, speaks about so much. Just a few days ago, was it yesterday, that the captain of the side was posting on Instagram that you just have to do things the right way. Sometimes it's just, I wonder how difficult it could get. After that Wafubi tournament was cancelled, we've applauded them. Yeah, it was an invitational, but at the end of the day, it was organized, and we thought, okay, that is at least good enough. Maybe we have 1 or 2 more games before WAFCON itself. But here we are, just how many days to the World Cup? Under 3 weeks. To WAFCON, we are just going to be playing against one team. They've managed to stretch it over. For the first time, I don't know where it is being done, that you play a friendly match, you stretch it to 2 times. You play, you do it double-legged. I don't know, but again, I think the way they've handled it, you can only expect so much, of the Super Falcons again, because they've done it before, and it feels as if they've just managed to do it with, for lack of, I won't call them, say, when we say something is low budget, you don't need to spend too much, but then they shine through. Now, what did the Super Falcons be with that? And I think it is quite unfair the way they've been treated. These are world-class players we have in in some of our our squad. We've got players with that have been exposed to the very best treatment where they play.
At
but
top clubs.
Now that we are supposed to be showing them more respect as a country, as a as a football organizing body. These guys went ahead to Morocco last time out, and they brought. Let me say they don't make money come. They make plenty money come. So I will feel aggrieved. Like, okay, if we made so much coming back, why are you not investing into the team once again? And it's just crazy the way they've been handled. I will be honest with you. And again, I'm not expecting that they go to Morocco to pick up the trophy once again. I think we'll just try as much as possible to get to the World Cup, and whatever comes after that, everybody will be fine with it. But it's not good the way they've been treated.
Okay, all right. Let's hope they would begin to show the signs again, starting from today's friendly, and everyone would look forward to it with excitement. Soon, of course, we'll take you for the international leg of Football Live with John Kane and his team of reporters, where they will take you around the ground and bring you, the action on the show. Yes, do not miss it, because, we'll be bringing you all of that exciting stuff right here, and you definitely need to be on your Champions Star Sports Radio Real FM to follow the action every step of the way. So get ready for it. All that will be coming your way on the show today. Okay, yes, on Football Live, we definitely have got you covered. Let's take a break. And yes, when we come back, we'll be wrapping things up onto this edition of the show, as we'll also hand you over to John Kane and his team of reporters. Stay with us. Football Live continues.
88.9. But whatever you do, don't touch that dial.
They will go with the corner kick, shooting star still looking for the three-point hit. And no, fantastic header.
The WBC interim heavyweight champion of the world, the Nigerian Nightmare.
In this very moment, I'm king.
Carroll's there! He's won it for Liverpool! Much criticised club record signing comes up with a header that lifts their spirits.
Higher with the crown, yes.
They're looking to switch it quickly here for Ronaldo, who's got the better of Diego Alves, and Ronaldo scores brilliantly. The finish of a master, a craftsman at work.
Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't faze me.
He's got the captain as well again for Nigeria. The man who's played the game for Nigeria takes them into the final. Ranko Kanu, what a moment for him.
Greatness is what we on the brink of.
Season remaining, has won the Premier League title for Manchester City. Hollywood make this movie. They have become the first African side to win Olympic gold and to win a major world footballing tournament. And no wonder they'll celebrate. Nigeria with the gold medal.
I'm really trying to make it more than what it is, because everybody dies, but not everybody lives.
Messi scores! Another massive milestone, a half-century of goals in the Champions League, and he's the youngest player to reach that figure.
Every moment is a treasure with Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM.
I wish that I could have this moment for life.
Brila FM, a complete deal.
'Cause in this moment I just feel so alive.
Time once again for VAR, Video Assistant Referee.
Everybody saw it.
Bill Tierney is recommending that Anthony Taylor goes and has a look for himself.
Yeah. We know you saw it too.
On reflection, he does get there first. He does make contact.
Let's review that scene and double check it all on the VAR show.
All right, mechanisms by VR made in Marine Beach. Yes, stand on the bridge, you see everywhere clearly.
IVR made in Ungwanrimi.
9:30 a.m. Mondays to Fridays on Sports Radio, Brila FM. VAR. The recheck.
And now in news from the world of football, reports are surfacing that last year's changes to the UEFA Champions League may have come from a surprising source.
Here we go. Sources close to Lee are saying that Zlatan Ibrahimovic has been telling people the idea for the new format was all his idea.
Zlatan, last year we saw your announcement of the new format at the UEFA Champions League draw, and you were great.
Yes, I know. Zlatan is only here to help.
Okay, enough. You have to stop telling press and everyone else that we are making changes, because we are not.
This is the Champions League, where the best in the world come to compete. This is an all-or-nothing league, where legends are made and hearts are broken. Football never stands still. It always evolves. And now, the fans are getting more competitive games. So that every match, every goal, every point matters. The best club competition in the world just got better. Because this is the Champions!
Follow all of the UEFA Champions League season on Brila.
Hi, DJ Drogba.
Hello, this is Haile Gebrselassie.
Hi, I'm Makele Sembefeda.
My name is Jamal Michel. My name is Danny Jordan.
My name is Kolo Toure.
Hi, my name is Yaro Angira.
Hi, sports fans. My name is Victor Moses.
My name is Lightning Bolt.
I'm Joseph Yabora.
My name is Austin Jeju Okocha.
This is David Dean, former Vice Chairman of Arsenal Football Association. We're on 88.9 Brila FM.
We're reaching out to bring the big names to you. Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM. There's nothing like it.
It all kicks off right here.
you know, contributing your hot takes and opinions just got way easier because Sports Radio Brila FM is doubling down the fun by giving you 2 magical lines to connect to the studios. That means when you dial the numbers 090-41,889 and 090-44,889, your voice will be heard on the home of the fans around the world. What are you waiting for? Start dialing, because now you have not one but a 2-way access to having your voice heard on your favorite radio station.
Hey, sport fans, where you? More ways to take enjoy and package sport informate as you day on the go. Now to follow us on top our social media platform and website as it is hot. Breaking news we day. Live update with full ground. Transfer gist and confirmed gist with all the betterlicious analysis where they inside sports. Now we deserve like hot cake. Sharply follow us on top Twitter at Instagram at Brila FM 889. For Facebook, follow Sports Radio Brila FM. Come still visit our website, wey be www.brila.net. Make you don't miss anything as we carry on closer to the action.
They are the heartbeat of the game. The voices that roar from Lagos to London, from the streets to the screens. They are more than fans. They are family. They are Brila Nation. You cheer, you chant, you celebrate every goal, every victory, every moment that matters. And every single day, Brila Media celebrates you. The power, the passion, the pride of Brila Nation. Brila Media, the home of champions, the voice of the fans. United we stand, together we win. Because we are Brila Nation.
B-R-I-L-A, Brila.
A bigger sports experience just for you on several platforms. Sports Radio.
Brila FM.
Enjoy our services on www.brila.net.
Anywhere. Everywhere.
Subscribe to Brila Sports TV on YouTube.
Watch, like, and share our videos. Brila.
It's a total sports media experience. Anywhere, everywhere.
Live and exclusive to Brila FM. You are tuned in to Football Live.
So we've got so much coming up on Football Live. We are covering everything in England, in Germany, in Italy, in Spain, in Saudi Arabia, in Nigeria. You name it, we've got it covered here on Football Live.
Our fantastic team of reporters will be bringing you all the goals as they go in the biggest games across the footballing world.
We love a bit of drama here on Football Live, and we've plenty of it this afternoon.
And you could not have scripted this.
I'm sure we've got a cracker on our hands.
This game is incredibly and beautifully unpredictable.
Well, I said the wheels were falling off. Wheels, the doors, the steering wheel, it's all come off.
Well, with just Wood one. Keeper headed off and goal.
Fantastic.
Didn't really see that one coming this afternoon.
Going right under him. It's a shocker from the goalkeeper.
Where's it all gone wrong?
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
Football Live.
Football Live. There's nothing like it on weekends.
And yes, Football Live, the action continues right here. And in the first of 4 games in the Bundesliga, there's only been 1 goal, and even that goal is being checked by the VAR. Werder Bremen taking the lead against Heidenheim. Como lead at halftime, 3-1 against Lecce. And I can tell you that the game between Kayserispor and Besiktas has just ended. Besiktas has stole a 1-0 victory there. in that fixture. Yes, 3 points in the bag for Besiktas right there. And yes, games set to get started. Big games, of course, in the Premier League. Later tonight, of course, in the late kickoff, Leeds United will host Manchester City. And yes, in Germany, it will be Borussia Dortmund against Bayern Munich. Top games. And yes, of course, time it is to take you to join our partners. Yes, of course, to bring you our guys in the UK studio to bring you the action on Football Live with John Kane and his team of reporters. Yes, the action will continue right here. We will be back. We're handing the baton now to John Kane and his team of reporters as Football Live continues.